Hello. Hello. Okay, so you should hear this now. So if you're listening on, sorry about that. If you're watching on YouTube, you can use the timestamps to skip forward. Someone will create them. I might not be that person. I'm a busy boy right now. I just recorded all my audio for Spider-Man. I'm not going to talk about it in this stream. That's going to be a separate quickie. However, the reason this quickie exists, or the reason this live stream exists, is to essentially catch up on a bunch of quickies for movies that if I don't do it this way, then they're going to be left until 2022 because I'm about to get really busy with holiday stuff, family, etc. So, yeah, Titane is one of those movies. Um, I haven't eaten all day. I just recorded my Spider-Man thing, and again, I will not be talking about Spider-Man in this live stream. People who post spoilers will be banned. That's fine, whatever. I don't really care, but just letting you know that your actions will have consequences. But before I do anything, I'm gonna eat a bit of food. I figured I could do it on stream or off stream. I'm gonna do it on stream. Food just showed up here. I got a poke bowl. This is just from a place that I like. I'm gonna leave most of this for later. Because I'm gonna be out all day and coming back, and I'll just leave this in the fridge. This one's just tofu. Was trying it out. I am actually not a huge fan of the tofu one. I'll eat it later though. And this one is some tuna. Yeah, it's not even. I was expecting fried tofu, but it's not. Got some tuna. What poke bowl combo do I recommend? When's part one of The Lion King? Probably February. I'm gonna say probably February or March. I was hoping for this year. It's not possible. Literally not possible. So I wish I could crunch like I used to, but I keep injuring myself, so I can't. Yeah, yeah. I'm munching down because I didn't have food yet, and I figured I could just do it by myself or not. Do a Nikocado impression. I already did, and you can see that on the YMS Clips channel. If you search the channel YMS Clips, you'll find my Nikocado avocado impression. I have not started watching Succession. I know Ralph really likes it. And I'll do these quickies as soon as I'm done eating food. How do I... I'm just going to find a spot where I can look at my super chats. Are super chats turned on? Thank you, Fanboy. Fanboy, also, can you link the Mukbang channel, which is very niche? Most of you will not enjoy it because who the fuck watches mukbangs? But some of you might. It's literally just what I'm doing right now, talking and eating. And no, it's not Nikocado avocado. I understand a lot of people think mukbangs involves like eating as much as you can to pass out, but that's not what they are. So, yeah, sorry if Mr. Avocado has tainted it for some of you, but it's literally just like... Oh, wait, here. I think I found the tab here. Supers. See all. Okay. So we have super chats. I have not seen lamb. Okay, that was the first super chat was asking about lamb. All right. I'm gonna eat some of this food. So exactly what we're doing right now is the mukbang channel, which is currently titled "Your Mukbang Sucks," and it's being operated not by me, so I don't spend any more time eating than I normally would. if you're concerned about that. I have not seen The Last Duel. It does not look interesting to me in the slightest. I don't want to do a Tim Hortons mukbang because Tim Hortons is disgusting. Crumb? Yeah. Did I watch that? I think I did. Was that about the writer of No, that wasn't. Was it? No, it wasn't. Who was Crumb about again? I don't know if I actually saw that. I watched my 2007 list. The Mist is in there. Thank you. No Twitch dual stream at the moment. I don't want to have to take care of two chats right now. And I'm publishing this on the YMS channel for the quickies anyway. Because this is, yeah, I'm trying to talk about some movies before the year's over for things that I've already seen. And yeah, it would take less time for me to do it in a live stream than if I were to, record every line, re-record, wait for editors to show me footage. So I'm just going to eat. And then I'm going to talk about the movies that I've seen that I still haven't mentioned on the channel. Summer of Soul was fine. I'm not huge into music documentaries. Although my favorite movie of the year is a music documentary right now, but it's so much more than that, Why would I recommend the High School Musical trilogy though? We're not talking about Spider-Man. I just recorded my review for it. I guess I forgot to mention in my review. No, don't worry, this isn't a spoiler. I was just gonna say, every time a character fucking breathed, there was like one one corner of the crowd that would just gasp every single time. All right, just searching something up real quick. This is I apologize for damn it. Sorry. I know it's rude to be on my phone. I'm working at the same time. Someone just messaged me about something and I have to message them back about it. So give me 1 second here. Ugh, it's difficult to type with my wrist right now. And also, yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, just use the timestamps. I don't know if I want to watch 50 Shades. Okay. And I'm not supposed to have this on for more than like 20 minutes at a time, so I'm just going to switch arms. This is an ice pack. It's for tendinitis. Just too much repetitive movement, like mouse clicking, is flaring it up a lot. So I'm going to be taking some time off for Christmas soon anyway. I'm just trying to get as much done before Christmas anyway. So I am working hard to take some time off. Ow. Very good poke. I will read the super chats closer to the end. I can't respond to all of them right now. I'm about to start some quickies as soon as I'm done eating this. Yes, I'm excited for the Northman. Yep. There is a mukbang channel if you enjoy what you're seeing right now. I know it's niche. I know it's weird. But you're not going to fucking tell me that I should eat food and not monetize it, okay? You're not going to fucking tell me that I shouldn't have a side channel for something I'm already doing anyway. Ugh. All right. Yum. Monetizing. Ah, I almost spilled it all over myself. It's stealing, and you're a scumbag if you do it.
Have fun, son. All right.
Usually on my mukbang streams, I describe the food a bit more. I'm kind of preoccupied right now, so sorry. I kind of just scarfed it back. It's basically the same thing I had last time, so whatever. And I will throw this in the fridge real quick, because I'm not eating 2 of them at this moment. I am saving one for much later. All right, I'll be back real quick. I swear I have another. Poke is unhealthy? Shut up. How? I swear I have a regular bottle opener somewhere, but I couldn't. I'm like trying to come back here and not leave you for so long, so there we go. Okay. By the way, not a product placement, but this is my favorite pumpkin beer. It's Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. I think they're based in Washington, as in Washington, the state. And it's delicious. Anyway, all right. Now, getting down to business. I have made a list of films that I was planning on making quickies for this year. And I ran out of time, and it's almost the end of the year, and I don't really feel like bringing them into 2022. How did I fuck up saying 2022? 2020, 2020. Holy shit. Okay, I'm really tired, but I just ate some food, so hopefully I won't be so crazy in a second. First one I'm going to talk about is The Beta Test, directed by Jim Cummings. You know what I should do while I'm talking about them? I should have like an image on the screen. Why don't I do that? Hold on. I just kind of started streaming. I didn't All right, don't worry, I'll make this cool. I'm just gonna do that. Excuse me. Just going to my lists. Fucking sorry. I'm trying to get the image of the poster here. You son of a bitch. They don't make it easy. God damn you, IMDb, you son of a piece of shit. Alright, I want to open the image in a new tab. Why is it so small? Do I have to manually search every single one of these things? Alright. So we're just, whatever, we're gonna do it like this. And, okay. No, because then I can't. I didn't think very far ahead. I'm actually fucking stupid right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is so... Okay, so I wrote down my beta test notes somewhere here. This is how busy I am. I haven't had time to like even plan this stream that I was like, oh, maybe I should do this tomorrow. Yeah, fuck everything right now. Okay, we're not going to show the poster. Show the... we can't even do it in post because I'm just going to publish this as is, aren't I? Shit. All right, don't worry about the photo part. We're going to just talk about the movie. Show the poster on my phone. I don't want to show my phone because then what if I get like a message from somebody and then it shows up at the top and then I just showed everybody the message I got, you know? That seems like a bad idea. Fuck. All right, so I'm just going to read some of my notes. All right, let's pretend like, if you're time stamping this, let's pretend like this is the start of me talking about movies. All right, the beta test I saw at Vancouver Film Festival. Unfortunately, I was only able to catch 3 movies at Vancouver Film Festival. One of them is I didn't have strong enough feelings to even talk about. But the 2 that I saw were good. I was just so busy and overwhelmed that yeah, there a lot of Vancouver Film Festival has similar selection to Toronto Film Festival. So there were a lot of titles that I had already seen. A lot of the important ones I was like, okay, well, I already saw this at TIFF sort of thing. Vancouver Film Festival does have some really great selection uniquely, though. The 2 that I wound up catching were not ones that were shown at TIFF, that being The Beta Test by Jim Cummings and Red Rocket by Sean Baker. Jim Cummings directed... my brain is so dead. He directed The Wolf of Snow Hollow, and he directed his better movie, Thunder Road. There we go. Thunder Road and The Wolf of Snow Hollow. There's an interview of Jim Cummings on my channel also. And I should make sure to specify that for this film, The Beta Test, they crowdfunded a lot of the money for this film. But they didn't do so in a traditional crowdfunding way. They did it in a way where instead of it being like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, where it's just like, hey, give us money and we'll make a thing, they did it through a platform called WeFunder. And this is a platform that is essentially for investors. So if you if you donate money to a project, then you can actually see some return. So if the project is successful, then they give money back to the investors. As far as I know, they made profit. Like I don't know how much. I didn't look into it. But I'm saying this just to make sure that there's no implication of conflict of interest. I donated $200 to the movie. So theoretically, me promoting this film and saying, hey, go watch it, I might be getting a couple dollars back or something. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear. I'm technically financially profiting off of this film, but I don't think it's by... I donated $200, so I don't think it's by much. It was literally, I was just supporting the film, being like, hey, I like Jim Cummings, I'll toss some money. And the platform that they used was one where there was a financial return. So I'm making sure that that's clear. And also, I don't know, if you follow me on this channel, you'll know that I don't lie about how I feel about a movie. I'm pretty honest. That's why a lot of people watch me, is like, even if you disagree, you know that I'm actually saying something that I believe. Um, so yeah, I think I'm comfortable in saying I would recommend it. I enjoyed it. There's things I liked about it. However, it's not as good as Thunder Road or Wolf of Snow Hollow. Thunder Road is my favorite. I gave that an 8 out of 10. Snow Hollow is a really good movie. I give it a 7 out of 10. This one's just good. Um, the performances were all really solid. Jim Cummings doing like a great job in the lead again. Um, this time he had a co-writer. I forget the name of his co-writer. It's also co-directed too. So it was a collab. It was more of a split collaborative project, at least according to the credits, than his other films, or his other recent films. The biggest issue that I have with this one is that the story just isn't as tight as his other films. There's aspects about it that are kind of confusing, not just in like a plot hole or like why would a character do that sense, but just like, oh, like a what exactly is happening right now, sort of like information could have been communicated a bit more clearly, and the story just could have been tighter overall. Still, it was a really good character piece. I liked the character that it was exploring. It was an interesting commentary on industry, movie industry, and just the Hollywood system. And yeah, there was it's a low budget film. I love Jim Cummings. I love what he's doing. I think he's like a really great, important, influential person in indie cinema. And yeah, just some shots looked weirdly cheaper than others. Some of the office, like interior scenes in the office, had like really weird lighting that kind of like when you see it, you're like, oh, this is kind of low budget. Whereas like most of the movie, it doesn't feel like a low budget movie. But then there's some shots where it's like, oh, what? Oh, I guess this is like I knew it was a low budget movie, but there's some shots where it really just feels like it. Um, it has plenty of charm. It's a very solid indie film. There's some really cinematic scenes within it. And then just some story elements are confusing and some character motivations are confusing. And I'm just looking through the rest of my list here. Yeah, there was one camera shake effect that looked really cheap. There were there were some great effects with the violence. The opening scene felt a bit weird, especially pacing wise, but then it had a really great payoff to it at the end. I would love to see a translation for that, because I saw it at VIF at a physical screening. There were no subtitles at the beginning, and it was spoken in Swedish, I think. So I'd love to see a translation for that at some point. It was obviously an intentional choice, if that's, it seemed like I wasn't supposed to know what they were saying, but I would love to figure that out after the fact. Yeah, there were some moments that didn't really work well for the film, but overall, definitely recommend it. Definitely worth watching. It's available on iTunes right now. It's go check it out. And I might if you watch it, I might make a couple dollars off of it or something. I don't really know. But yeah, so and then the other movie I saw at Vancouver Film Festival was the new Sean Baker film. It is called Red Rocket, and I believe my notes are on my phone for this one. Let's see. Gotta get my notes. Excuse me. My voice is gonna be dead. Yeah, here it is. So basically, Sean Baker creates films that are commentaries not only on characters but on settings, on places. He likes to talk about parts of America and what they mean, and different cultures. And he's really great at doing that. This film is no exception. It stars Simon Rex, who I forget what other stuff he's been in. I don't know if I want to look that up right now. I'm sorry. But he does a really great job in the movie. It's a really great character piece, really great character study. Basically, it's following like an absolute narcissist. Oh, he was in Scary Movie. Okay. Oh yeah. Thank you. Okay, there we go. um, yeah, it's a movie that pretty sure it was shot on film. It had like a very film look to it. Great use of color, like the color correction. Just a very visually nice looking film. It was very genuine. The characters and performances were believable. The characters' motivations were believable. Um, Not necessarily relatable motivations, but it's like, oh, they're, I believe that this is a type of person that exists, sort of thing. Um, there was it kind of, it had like an oil refinery industrial background. It brought like a very dystopian vibe to the film. Um, yeah, it was very grounded and very honest and real. It was a funny film, very funny, but also very sad and depressing and difficult to watch at points. Um, yeah, and it takes place pre 2016 election, if I remember correctly. The basic premise. No, this kind of, I can't really say. One of my notes kind of goes more into the like deeper meanings behind it, and I don't really want to say that in my review for it. So anyway, what did I give this one? I think I gave it an 8. I didn't write that in my notes. It was awesome. It might be my favorite Sean Baker film. I think the other ones I gave a 7. Um, yeah, 8 out of 10. Awesome movie. Really loved it. One of my favorite films of the year. It's called Red Rocket, directed by Sean Baker. It might be in theaters right now. I don't know. But yeah, check it out. A24 produced it, I think. And so yeah, those were the two notable movies that I saw from Vancouver International Film Festival. It's a great festival. Always has really solid selection. Just make sure you know what have a good idea of what you want to see. And the best part about Vancouver Film Festival is that it's really easy to get tickets. Unlike TIFF, where you kind of have to compete. And I love TIFF. I love TIFF so much. But Vancouver Film Festival is one where like they can have the tickets for sale for like days before they sell out, and it's like, wow, you have time to actually, if you care about it, you can just buy tickets for a movie. It's pretty great. It's a lot less stressful of a film festival than TIFF. I love TIFF, don't get me wrong, but there's pros and cons to each festival. So Vancouver Film Festival, pretty awesome. I didn't see everything that I wanted to from VIF because I was so busy, but but those are the 2 out of the 3 that I saw and the most notable. All right, next on my list of films that I needed to talk about, Spencer, starring Kristen Stewart, directed by Pablo Larraín. Let's see if I have my notes on my phone for this one. I think I do. So Pablo Larraín, however I pronounce his name, very interesting director. I'm always going to check out what he makes. Not everything he makes is amazing. There's something, he's kind of hit or miss. But there's some really great stuff that he's done. I really enjoyed his film No from 2012, starring Gael Garcia Bernal. And then everything else he's made, even if I haven't necessarily loved it, I like Jackie a lot, actually, too. But a lot of his other films, even if I don't necessarily love it, they're always kind of at least interesting, especially in its style and presentation. So he loves working with film. That much is pretty clear. Like film instead of digital. He loves lighting. He does some really weird, unique things with lighting. And then with this film in particular, it has a very desaturated color palette. It works really well for the film. It's a character movie. I don't know anything about the royal family. Like I know very little about it because I don't care about the royal family because I don't think a royal family should exist. I don't think that people should be in elevated status because of their blood. I think that that's disturbing. conceptually, and I think it's disgusting when people treat them like celebrities. Anyway, that being said, this is about Princess Diana, and yeah, get off my money, royal family. What the fuck? They're on some of my money as a Canadian. We're in the Commonwealth. We're not. Anyway, really great character movie, just like Red Rocket. I mean, in a very different way, but this is very much a character study film. I don't know how accurate it is. It seems to have taken a lot of liberties with the real story, but I don't even know what the real story is, so it works for me. The fact that it was based off of a real existing royal family, I think did positively add to it, because they didn't need to spend any time setting things up in the movie to be like, oh, here's who these characters are, here's what they're famous for, or how they rule. You don't have to create like an entire world building exercise out of the film when you set it in real life, because you already know. You don't need to know every detail about who the characters are, but you have an understanding of what they are, what their position in society is, and the context surrounding that. So in that sense, it really worked. It has very strong themes. There's repeated lines and ideas and imagery in the film that work really well. One thing that I really love about it, that's particular about it, is it's a very confident movie. It knows what it is. Every aspect of this film is displayed in a way where there's no uncertainty about what it's doing. The performance, pretty fantastic. Honestly, the best performance Kristen Stewart has ever done. I haven't seen every movie she's been in. I've seen the one that she like won a French Academy Award for or whatever, Clouds of Sils Maria. I didn't think she was great in that. But this is the first time where I've been like, wow, she's actually really great in this. I believed her as the character. It was very convincing. She did a great job. Costumes were great in this film as well. It'll probably get an Academy Award nomination for that. The score, probably my favorite aspect. Johnny Greenwood,
Have fun, son. All right.
absolutely killing it. What the fuck? I thought I turned those off. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. That's a notification for a follow for my, there we go, I'm turning that off. For my Twitch channel that we're not streaming on at the moment. Okay. Anyway. Spencer. Johnny Greenwood. Absolutely killing it. What was the other movie he did? Licorice Pizza? Yeah, so I haven't seen Licorice Pizza yet. But I'm very hyped about hearing him compose a score for another film this year. I hope he gets 2 Academy Award nominations. I haven't seen the film yet. That's a weird thing to say, I know. But I love him. He did the There Will Be Blood soundtrack. He did the score for Phantom Thread, I think he did. Yeah. Johnny Greenwood's like absolutely fantastic. I'm really impressed. The score for this film. Oh, he did Power of the Dog too? Hell yeah. Okay, that was the other one that I'd heard this year then. So yeah, fuck, 3 movies? I hope he gets 3 Academy Award nominations. Take over. He's got to win something then. Because yeah, Power of the Dog, the score was amazing for that too. Like he's just really great. And he's also really versatile. Like these are each of the scores that he's created. They're very fitting for the film that he's scoring. It's not just the same thing over and over. In Spencer, the score was a very kind of like jazzy noir like kind of feel to it, but with some extra anxiety thrown in. So it wasn't just like, oh, the same jazzy noir thing you've already heard before. It was very, very unique. It was like chaotic in a way. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, themes of liberation from tradition, isolation and everybody watching you, privacy, etc. I would love to watch this film a second time, Spencer. My biggest issues would be that there were like one or two really tropey moments. Excuse me. There was some music during. There were some music stings, some cues during some moments that I thought to be like kind of inappropriate. And that doesn't take away from the score itself. Obviously, it's just how music was used in some parts. But yeah, great sequences. Everything works together really well. I love watching a good like character mental breakdown sort of thing. Um, yeah, awesome movie, Spencer. 8 out of 10. You did it again, Pablo Larraín. Another film that I had yet to talk about on this channel is Titane. This is the Palme d'Or winner from Julia Ducournau, and she directed Raw, a film from 2016, a horror film that was about cannibalism. I thought that was good. I thought that was a solid film, Raw. But I think that Titane is much more valuable, in my opinion, anyway. It has a lot more in terms of like a deeper meaning, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I just didn't interpret Raw enough. But with Titane, it's much more expressive. It's much more metaphorical. It's much more, I would say, non-literal. It's almost Jodorowsky-esque in that sense. It's like meditative, but it's also kind of a horror movie. It's also very, it's very, at points kind of brutal, at points kind of silly. And I think the fact that it is so clearly non-literal actually helps it to get away with what would otherwise be logical inconsistencies at moments in the film. So, without spoiling anything, there might be a part where in a straightforward horror movie, I would be like, why didn't they blah 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 blah, or that wouldn't blah 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 blah. But because it's so obviously non-literal, I think that it does have like some leeway in that sense, where it's like, okay, this isn't like a literal interpretation of this happened. This is where did I write my notes for Titane? Did I write notes for Titane? Did I not? Maybe it's on my computer. I mean, it stuck with me strongly enough that I probably don't need notes. That's what I love about it. Yeah, I apparently either didn't write notes for Titane or I deleted them by accident or something, but it's a super well shot film. Super well acted film. Vincent or Vincent Lindon. Lindon? I don't know how to pronounce his name. He does an amazing job. You can really feel for his character. You can, yeah, it's such a great feel. It's such a great experience watching that movie. And the first time I saw it, I mean, I've only seen it once, but after watching it, I was, a little confused, a little taken aback, especially the way that it ended without spoiling anything. But I guess more than probably like every other film this year, it's so vivid in my memory. Like there's parts of that film that I can just imagine like a photograph. Like I'm taking that from a real physical place instead of like my memory, So in that sense, it's very incredible just how memorable it is. And again, some parts are silly. Some parts are a bit intense, but not only is it not being literal with what it's expressing, but there is a deeper meaning. And I wish I could talk about it, but I would just be spoiling it. There are things that very much fall in line with its themes and ideas. Some interesting. This doesn't spoil anything, but I realized. Again, I've only seen the film once, but I've been thinking about it a lot. I realized that there's actually like an interesting thing to consider about how French language is used. There's kind of like a tie-in. It's kind of like a. I can see where maybe the idea for this film came from, as a person that speaks juste un petit peu de français. Terrible pronunciation, but I speak just a little bit of French, and so that is helping me with, I guess, interpreting the film in some ways. Anyway, definitely recommend Titane, Titane, directed by Julia Ducournau. It's a little out there. It's not a traditional narrative, so so expect that, or don't expect a traditional narrative, I should say. Yeah, I gave it a 7 when I first watched it, and then I just kept thinking about it, and now it's at an 8. So might be a 9. Well, I don't care. I speak a little bit of French. I don't. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, it might. Yeah, who knows? It might even be better the next time I see it. I hope I can get it on like 4K Blu-ray someday. I don't think that's ever going to happen. The real question is whether or not it'll get nominated for Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars, because on one hand, it won the Palme d'Or. On the other, same hand, female director, and they're trying to be a bit more representative at the Oscars. But on the other hand, it's kind of too cool for the Oscars. The Oscars doesn't usually nominate movies that are this cool. You know? I think Worst Person in the World is probably going to win Best Foreign Language. That's my lock. Drive My Car is crushing it. Fuck, I don't want another one of those years where I'm just confused and I'm like, that was fine. Anyway, French Dispatch, the new Wes Anderson, was released, and I watched it, and I haven't talked about it yet, so we're going to talk about it. And I actually wrote notes for this one. How come I didn't for Titane? That's absolutely insane. I must have deleted it by accident. Wes Anderson is more or less the king of quirk. He loves quirkiness. It works really well. His style, it's really consistent. He basically, this film is like a bunch of shorter stories in one film. There's 3 stories. If you're interested in how I ranked them, I would say 1, 3, 2. The second story was the least interesting by far. The third story was not nearly as interesting as the first. The first one connected with me a lot. I loved the first story of this. So much so that if it wasn't in the movie, I might not be giving the film overall a super positive score. The second and third one, they were nice to look at. They were like technically well made in many ways, good performances, some interesting things happening, but I didn't connect with them very much, especially the second one. I don't even remember what happened in the second one. I couldn't even tell you what the second one was. But the first one had, what's his name? He was in Fear and Loathing. Benicio del Toro. Sometimes I just need to say the title of another movie and it'll pop up in my head. It had Benicio del Toro in it, who I wouldn't imagine would work so well in a Wes Anderson film. But he was great for it. Like, he fit the tone so perfectly. He played his character very well. I loved it. It had Adrian Brody, who I always love seeing in not bad movies. Wow, I accidentally left a note in my French Dispatch notes that belongs in my other movie. I'm so tired. What's the other movie? Fuck. Last Night in Soho. One of these notes is from Last Night in Soho. That's weird. Anyway, the music in this movie was pretty great. Tilda Swinton was pretty great. Let's see. Yeah, so I guess this didn't connect with me as much as other Wes Anderson films. Like, the first third of this really did, but just not the rest of it. Wes Anderson's films, the ones that I really love, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, etc., a lot of them succeed really well because he's great at building up to a climax in terms of his storytelling and his presentation and just the music and everything. Like, he understands all of the ingredients to properly build up to the climax of the film. Everything feels like it's piling on to and snowballing into the end parts of the film. I'm sorry, my vocabulary is not great right now. I'm very tired, but um, he does a great job with building up the film from beginning to end. And I felt like that was really missing from this one. The emotions of the culmination of events is always such a joy to watch in his films, but this wasn't really a thing in this movie because each was just like, oh, a short story. There were a couple moments near the end of some of the shorts in this one where it was like, oh, things are building off of what was happening previously. But for the most part, we didn't really experience that in the way that I've come to expect from a Wes Anderson film. So yeah, the first out of the three, awesome, amazing short film. Number two, I don't remember at all. And then number three, there was one really weird part in the third short in the French Dispatch where it changed to animation. So it was no longer live action. And that would have been cool if I was able to watch that and be like, oh, a stylistic choice. But unfortunately, it was during like the one piece of legitimate action in the entire movie where it was like, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was like there was some, to film it in live action would have required a lot of stunt work or a lot of special effects or both. So it was painfully obvious that this choice to have this scene in animation and none of the other scenes, it was so painfully obvious that it was done more for practical reasons than for artistic reasons. And so that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So yeah, that was kind of like, Otherwise, the third section of this film was pretty good. But yeah, I would say overall 7 out of 10. Who knows? I might change it to a 6. If I was rating just the first segment alone, it would be at least an 8. So yeah, watch at least the first segment. I'm looking at questions in YouTube chat. Read the description of the video. It says Quickie is first, and then I'll answer. Sorry. Then I'll answer Super Chats. All right. Last Night in Soho. I'm not going to spend a lot on Last Night in Soho. I will say that we talked about it on the podcast. My podcast is Sardonicast. If you didn't know I had a podcast, we talked about Last Night in Soho pretty thoroughly. I feel like I have to sneeze. I don't want to. We talk about it pretty thoroughly. Long story short, it's not as good as Edgar Wright's other films, in my opinion. I know some people really love it. I don't really understand why. Some people say it was unique. I wouldn't call it unique in the slightest. I would call it a departure from his previous films. So it's unique for Edgar Wright. But in terms of the actual story of Last Night in Soho, aside from some like a couple cool things about the visuals at some moments in the film, like the story of Last Night in Soho is the most paint by numbers fucking nonsense. It is like it is the most cliched, predictable thing ever, and none of it was scary. None of it was interesting. The reveals in the film, which I'm not going to spoil, but we do in the podcast if you want to listen to us talk about that. The reveals in the film are not interesting, and they're way too on the nose. You know, it would have been more interesting if it was just a little tidbit of like, oh, I could read into this film and interpret something about what they were trying to say here. But instead, they just flat out say it, and it's so not interesting, and it's just like so bland and boring. The effects looked bad. You know, the CG was crap. It's really what bugs me about this film is like he made a departure to do this. And all I'm thinking is like, how could anyone feel passionate enough about what this story is to turn it into a movie? That makes no fucking sense to me. For him to be like, oh yeah, this is the story I want to tell, and I'm going to spend millions of dollars telling this story and all my time and effort bringing this story to life. There's nothing to it. It was like a fucking Goosebumps book story or some shit, aside from some, I guess, R-rated elements. But it was just like, it was so... It was the least special thing he possibly could have created. So yeah, it was there. Not all of it was like the worst thing in the world. It wasn't like incompetently directed throughout or anything. So yeah, I'm giving it a generous 5 out of 10. Worst Edgar Wright? Yeah, by far, out of the ones I've seen. I haven't seen his first movie, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't justify its own existence at all. I'm like, I don't understand why it exists. It doesn't it doesn't feel like it needs to. All right, another film I saw was released straight to Netflix. It was called A Cop Movie. Um, this is from director Alonso Ruiz Palacios. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a Mexican director, I believe. He directed a film called Museo, which any of you who have YouTube Premium can watch right now. Because for some reason, after it screened at what was it, Venice Film Festival? By the way, this is spelled Museo if you want to see it. It screened at like Venice Film Festival, and then YouTube, while they were trying to promote their like YouTube Red, YouTube Original stuff, and they were like actually thinking that they were going to compete with Netflix, they just bought it. They bought the rights to it, and they're like, oh, okay, we'll screen this on YouTube. They didn't advertise it very well, and so nobody wound up seeing it, but it's a great movie. I love Museo. It's awesome. It's my favorite movie from this guy. He also directed Gueros from 2014, which I thought was all right. Anyway, this new film, A Cop Movie, is a documentary, but also not. And it's kind of genre bending. Let's see, I have some notes for it that I also took. I should open up my notes. A Cop Movie. All right. So yeah, really interesting choices. Some interesting audio choices at the beginning, especially. It's super well shot. It's very raw and visceral. I love the energy of this film. Great use of music throughout. Because of its like super non-traditional way of being filmed and shown, it is very unique and interesting. To talk about exactly what's documentary and what's not about it, or how it was made, to talk about that is almost to spoil the film. And although I was pretty conscious of it, being like, okay, this is clearly how they did it, the average person isn't going to be aware of what's happening in the film in that sense. And it does very much treat it like it is kind of a reveal. So, and I read some other reviews, and they were talking about how like, oh, it's a satisfying reveal. So I'm not going to rob that from anybody. So I'm not going to talk about that aspect. It is very meta. It is very creative. My biggest issue with this is that it does have kind of a slow pacing at points. It does kind of feel like it overstays its welcome by just a bit. But overall, very layered, very interesting, and it almost seemed like kind of like an Abbas Kiarostami film, if it of some of his films. So I'm not spoiling things in this live stream. No spoilers. I'm not even talking about Spider-Man. All right. So yeah, would recommend A Cop Movie, and this is one that I saw and I figured I should probably let people know about because nobody's heard about it, and I like the director. More people should know about him. It's on Netflix. A Cop Movie. 7 out of 10 for A Cop Movie. A film I saw 2 days ago is called Come On, Come On. It's the... Rip audio? What do you mean? The audio's fine. Shut up. The film's called Come On, Come On. Audio? What? Refresh. Is it back? Is it fine? I don't know what the fuck. It's YouTube's problem, not mine. Refresh. Everybody's fine. We're all good. Whew. I just reviewed Last Night in Soho. You showed up late. You'll have to watch the VOD. Sorry. A film called Come On, Come On, directed by Mike Mills. Mike Mills directed a couple other movies that I saw, both of which I think I gave 6 out of 10. We got 20th Century Women. I think that was nominated for 1 Oscar. Okay. And then Beginners, also nominated for an Oscar. I thought that was fine, 6 out of 10. I don't remember much about either of those movies. Clearly, they did not leave an impression on me. So this film, Come On, Come On, spelled C''MON twice, was definitely an improvement. This one stuck with me a bit more. It was a much more how do I describe it? It was like I guess I can't really make proper comparisons to his other films when I don't remember much about them at all. Um, what I will say about this one is there was an exceptional child performance in this. Let's see if I can. Woody Norman is apparently the child actor's name. He was really great for the vast majority of the film. I truly believed it was his character. You rarely ever see a child performance like this. It was very natural. And it might not, who knows, it might not be necessarily just the child. Obviously, the director plays a big role in this too. A lot of this film actually seemed like it was filmed not candidly, but improvisationally. So a lot of what's said in the film by certain characters and a lot of moments just seemed like we were kind of like a fly on the wall, and there were things actually happening. Like there was a kid. There's parts where the main character, played by Joaquin Phoenix, is interviewing a bunch of kids, and the interviews are clearly just not scripted. Like they just interviewed a bunch of real kids and asked them questions, like stuff like that. And then even within the main characters in the film, like the main boy actor, it seemed like there were moments of the film that were like that too. Regardless, almost every single moment, aside from some points near the end, was very, very, very genuine in this movie. It had a great style, great personality. And yeah, this director is very good at having like different tones too. Because as much as I don't remember much about his other films, as much as I don't remember his other films, sorry, I saw a message from a friend that about a thing happening later. I can tell that this one's like very stylistically different, not just black and white. But the tone of this one I mean, like it's so much more memorable than his other ones, in my opinion. So clearly there is a difference in how it's presented. The soundtrack was very. Yeah, I'm still streaming on Twitch. The soundtrack was very clarinet heavy. There was some nice piano in there as well. What happened to the Lion King YMS? It's still being worked on. You should watch my other channels. You should follow not just this channel, but the YMS Highlights channel. You'll see me working on it right there. I also said at the beginning of the stream, it's probably going to happen in February or March. I have not. I have been updating about my large projects more than any other creator on the entire platform, and still people don't get the message. Sorry. Sorry. My biggest issue with this film, come on, is that it definitely overstayed its welcome for me, at least anyway. By about like 15 to 20 minutes. It started recycling the same beats. It started going through the same motions again, and it didn't really add a whole lot more to it as it was doing it. It was kind of just like, oh, we've kind of been through this. And structure-wise, it felt like there could have been some opportunity for more of like a legitimate climax, more of like a legitimate build-up overall. But maybe, you know, I don't want to try and enforce like, oh, this is what the movie should have been, if Mike Mills had very strong feelings about it not being that. But it did feel like it was kind of, it felt like something was missing for the runtime. If this movie was about 20 minutes shorter, then I probably would not have felt that way. Maybe 15 minutes shorter even. It did definitely start to drag on near the end. Very relatable, very realistic characters. There were moments of the film that, you know, struck me. This is simultaneously a light and a heavy movie at the same time. There's a lot of heavy subject matter, but at the same time, much of the film is really kind of like cute and endearing, you know, kind of sentimental, almost nostalgic. Let's see, did I write anything else down? Yeah, it was a very authentic feeling film. Very genuine and very, you know, it felt very personal from the director. It was, you know, not just a story about, you know, not just a contained story about the characters, but it was also a story about, you know, different environments. It was about LA, it was about New York, it was about people, it was about the future, it was about a lot of things while still feeling fairly focused on its main characters. So would recommend it. 7 out of 10. And then we're almost at the end of this. I'm just going to mention a couple other things. And I think timing's worked out perfectly because Scoot's going to show up any minute now. I'm going to let him in my door. No problem, Harrison. And then he can join for the Q&A stuff. So if you have super chats, if you have questions you want to ask Scoot and ask them in the super chats, you can ask also, and he will respond. My voice is fucking dying, by the way. And we're going to a friend's birthday party, and we're doing karaoke, so probably not going to sing much tonight. I was recording my Spider-Man review from the moment I woke up until the moment I started this stream, so... I'm just feeling if my arm is... or how this ice pack's doing. I'll put this back downstairs when Scoot shows up. Anyway, a couple other things I wanted to mention. Not doing a full review for this, but we've got Oh Night Divine, which showed up on the Zara YouTube channel, which Zara is like a makeup and clothing brand, I think. It's girl shit. I don't know, so I have no idea. And it's directed by Luca Guadagnino, director of Suspiria remake, Call Me by Your Name, I Am Love, some great films, and it's like 42 minutes long, and it's just on their YouTube channel, and it's not good, but I watched it because his name's on it. His name's in the YouTube title even, so that was weird. I watched half of it before I was like really fed up with it. Alex Wolff is starring in it also. That doesn't help. I'm not a really big fan, but it was like, wow, his name's in the title for this, and it's like the most bland thing he's ever made. It was like a Christmas thing, and there's Scoot at my door, so I'm gonna let him in. We're gonna bring him up here. I'll be right back. I'll try to be quick. All right, hold on. All right. Oh. Hello. So there was one thing that I wanted to mention. Only one other thing that I didn't talk about before Scoot got here, but I didn't have much to say about it at all. I just wanted to mention that it exists.
Mention it.
There's a TV show called Booba.
Keep talking.
BOOHBAH. And it's terrifying. And somebody posted it on the I don't know, the Not Tim and Eric subreddit or something. Some subreddit where it's on YouTube. And I'm not going to play it on stream because YouTube's very stringent about copyright protection for...
Well, you can't show Booba on stream.
Yeah, I'm not showing Booba on stream.
Come on.
But all I'll say is that the first episode, just the intro to it, and the intro feels like it goes on for like 8 minutes.
Nice.
And it's just a bunch of children going, Booba, and all these like trippy visuals. And then these creepy ass like weird chode looking Teletubbies.
Those damned chode
are just like so scary. And it's so... Yeah, some people grew up watching it. You know what's funny? I was going over the commentary track that we recorded with Alex.
Yeah.
He mentioned this in passing during that commentary track.
He did. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I have vaguely heard of this.
I didn't
before,
remember about it, and then
why.
somebody posted it in a subreddit, and then I was like, oh, it's that weird psychological fallacy or whatever it's called, where you talk about a thing and then you're like, what? Now I hear it everywhere.
Positive bias.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so
Happy to do it.
We're doing this on YouTube. It's not actually going this fast. No.
Oh, I'm like, oh no.
We were just yeah. So we're doing this on the YouTube stream instead of the Twitch stream. And I think this is how we do the super chats. So I'm going to start looking at some of these. We timed it pretty well. I had managed to talk about all the movies that I hadn't on the channel yet. And if
What
I'm
about-
missing one,
What
by
about
the way,
my opinions on the movies?
I mean, you just have the same opinions,
Oh, is that the rule?
don't you?
It depends on the movies.
Edgar writes "What Last Night in Soho."
Worst Edgar Wright movie, a movie where as it's going along, you keep thinking to yourself, I've seen this a million times before,
Yeah.
but it's like this is
It's bad.
but it's a really good director, so obviously he's going to do something like cool or different by the end. And then he doesn't. So
Yeah.
so that was Last Night in Soho.
But he's gay.
But there's the twist.
He climbed Mount Everest. Yeah, I don't know.
You probably talked about one movie that we have the same opinion on, but the director's previous movie we have very different opinions on.
You want to see Scoot's face? Well, he can pop in here. Which director?
The director of Spencer.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I liked Jackie more than you. You didn't see No though, right?
I did see No and I liked No.
Okay.
But I think Jackie sucks.
I don't think Jackie sucks. I like Jackie.
I think her performance was trash, and that was the entire crux
Sure.
of the movie.
Okay.
But Spencer was really good. But I wish they had stuck with the working title of Spencer, which was Bitch Princess Ruins Christmas.
There's Scoot.
Oh no. I
And we're canceled. Scoot, you want to show your face?
Oh, where like
You want to dox yourself real quick?
I would love to. What am I doing?
They wanted to see your face, and so I said you could just.
Go ahead and dox myself real quick. Where is the camera here? Is the camera here? Is the camera here?
Everywhere.
Is the camera here?
Yes.
I'm gonna play to this camera. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay.
It's cats. We're both wearing cats.
Oh, but I'm wearing better cats. I'm just gonna watch the chat for a minute. A lot of yelling. A lot of yelling at
How long can you squat?
You'd be surprised. I can go as long as you. I can go all day.
Okay. What's weird is I'm looking at your face and it feels like
I
you're
know.
making eye contact with me. But
I know.
you're not.
We're both just looking there. But we can't actually see each other. What else is going on? What's going on in the news? It is Catter Day. Catser Day.
We've seen old. I'm trying to make a bigger review on it. I
It's
bought the
worth-
Blu-ray.
It's worth a bigger review.
It's bad.
It's
yeah.
it's a treat.
That and Saw Spiral. I'm trying to not do just quickies on.
Well, let me tell you about Old and Saw Spiral. I saw Old and I thought it was the worst movie of the year, and you were like, no, it's Spiral. That's worse. I'm like, shut up, Adam. Why do you have to be like that? And then you showed me Saw Spiral, and I'm like, God damn it, you're right.
I watched it twice.
I know. I was there for number 2, as I often am. Yeah, it's actually worse. But let's not sell Old short. It's a very bad movie, but a delight in a way. If they had gone a different direction with Old, if it had been a furry beach instead of an old beach, one of the best movies you could ever make. But no one has.
Oh no.
But no one has the coward to make it. Everyone is too much of a coward to make it. No one has the courage in Hollywood to make it.
Yes.
Still squatting. Can do this all day. I have powerful haunches. Would you like me to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
I was hurting emotionally.
It's fair.
All right, we're gonna go through some of the super chats.
I feel like you didn't like Bitch Princess Ruins Christmas, and I thought it was very funny. I don't know why you didn't give me anything on that.
Crumb. What was Crumb about again? Who was that documentary about? Was that the one I was thinking
It was
of?
about R. Crumb.
Oh shit! It's literally his name. Okay, I was confusing it with a different.
Literally
documentary.
his name.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. All right. The Mist. I answered that question. It's in my 2007 list.
Saddest ending ever, best ending ever.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
No,
spoilers.
I'm just saying it's the best ending. Not spoiling it.
Would love to hear some more specific thoughts on Red Rocket.
really
I
good.
did, and you donated too early,
Oh,
so you'll have to go back to the
classic
VOD.
mistake.
I mean, they already saw me because this is from the past.
Ooh.
So theoretically, they would have seen me say this now.
What if they said it and then left and then never saw it? What is tragedy?
Not streaming on Twitch. Not today. This is a special stream where I did an hour's worth of quickies.
It's too many quickies.
In what would have taken me, if I didn't do it in this format, it would have taken me days. So that's why we're doing this. Is the end of the year catch up. So I might be doing this another year also.
Where's my chat laptop?
It's downstairs.
This is bullshit. I got
But I don't know if
nothing over here.
we're seeing the same. Here, what?
I can't see anything.
Hold on.
All I see is
I'll make this
goddamned
easier.
super chats.
Hold on.
And what am I to do with those? Now that's a chat. Get on your phones. I'm not watching this on my fucking phone, fanboy.
All right, now Scoot can see the chat and super chat.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Okay. And I just need to find my place here where we left off. Okay. Seen House of Gucky? No, and I won't. People with money are whack. Thank you, Lime Holiday. Baby boy, sweet baby, little fur boy. Been a fan for a min. Hopefully this buys you a dinner next time. Question, give me a 30-second horror movie pitch. Scoot, help me out.
What would you like?
30-second horror movie pitch.
Okay. You and your family
Hanging out.
are hanging out, obviously. You're about to get divorced, but you want to give the kids one last not miserable moment. So you go to an exclusive hotel on a nice island, and then the cool redhead concierge, who might have been the guy who played Vincent Van Gogh in that episode of Doctor Who, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's more than one redhead actor in Hollywood. I don't know. And he said, hey, if you want, look, this place is nice, but if you want to get like nice, then you got to go to this beach. And then they all go to this beach, and then there's like a rapper there, and the Asian guy from Lost, and over the course of human events, they said 30 seconds. I don't think I've hit 30 seconds yet.
I think you have.
No, I disagree. And look, time works different on this beach, first of all. So don't start with me there. And this is too many seconds. And people notice they start getting a little bit furrier. And it turns out it's a furry beach, and they all turn into furries. And the name of the movie is Furry. And
That's a scary movie.
And 28 seconds. Thank you.
It's very scary. All right.
Furry old.
Thoughts on Yorgos Lanthimos' Alps? I'd have to see it again. I mean, good performance, but it didn't stick with me as much as any of his other ones.
The least memorable Yorgos.
Hanukkah's The Castle. It's actually the only Hanukkah film I haven't seen.
Ooh.
But I have the Blu-ray,
Right.
so I'll see it at some point. Seventh Continent. I've only seen it once, and I remember the ending. I would love to see it again. I've only seen it once, and it was the last film in a Hanky Chan marathon.
Ooh.
So
Sleepy
I had
time.
been up for like 24 hours.
up
And
for
then
6
Code
straight
Unknown.
days.
I like Code Unknown a lot. It's not a movie I could watch every day, but I love its creativity, and I love I love the rules it sets for itself about just like, okay, every single one of these is going to be one take, and it's all going to be in the same theme, different stories. I like it a lot.
I could watch it every day.
Ventus Hero says, "Have a Merry Christmas, Adam." Thank you. Mark Valley, isn't there an acclaimed actor whose work you find overrated or even below average? Example, Red Letter Media has famously little appreciation for Leo DiCaprio.
Kevin James. Overrated.
Lucas Hedges is nominated for an Oscar somehow.
That's true. That's
So-
a nice call, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one. And I hate to, like, I'm not trying to bully the guy, but, like, Really?
trying
An
to
Oscar
say-
nomination?
Are you trying to say he only gets these roles because his dad's a famous producer?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Look it up. Hey, Adam, I'm from Australia. I've noticed many Aussies won't watch Auss media due to cultural cringe. Curious if you've noticed that with Canadian.
Canadian television, yes. All Canadian television is awful and unwatchable.
Yeah,
There's
some people watch it, apparently.
There's some
but-
movies that are okay.
Nirvana the band, the show is a Canadian show, but for an American network. Kenny versus Spenny is like a good, awesome, great Canadian, purely Canadian show. Have I seen? Sorry,
I was gonna say for every Kenny versus Spenny, there's 10 corner gases.
have you seen Arcane? I've seen the first episode. It's gonna take me a lot to watch the second.
Ooh.
What
What about $12?
They only donated $2.
I've got 12 in my pocket right now. Is that enough for episode 2?
You want to stop the stream and watch Arcane?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that. All right. I'll get to episode 3 at some point, and if I'm not interested by the end of episode 3, then I'll leave, because that's the highest rated one on IMDb. So apparently, yeah, exactly. I like to see the ratings on IMDb for episode to understand that. I got to figure out a way that I don't have to use the whole point of, well, half the point of me doing this in this live stream thing is that I'm not using my wrist as much. I'm going to take some time off for Christmas. So I'm switching to my left.
Oh,
now.
I
I'm
tried that a while
left-handing it.
back. I tried that a while back. It's worth it.
Yeah, I can only do it for so long because last time I got tendonitis flare-ups like half a year ago or whatever, however long ago that was. I tried to just keep doing the same amount of work, but only on my left hand, and then I got tendonitis in both arms.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
So you gotta
avoid that
watch
this
that.
time. Yeah. But I'll be taking some time off for Christmas soon anyway. So, hot takes requested inside job on Netflix. Bam and Jackass Forever break up big time adolescence. I'm curious how you feel about
What
Quebec
are all those words
nationalism.
in that order?
I can interpret it. Hot takes
Really?
requested.
Okay.
There should be a colon
Okay.
after
okay.
that, and then in a list format, inside job on Netflix, comma, there should be.
Okay.
Bam and Jackass Forever break up
Okay.
big time.
What
I
do you
don't
think
know. I
about
don't know the
big
rest
time
of that. That one's
adolescence?
I haven't seen Inside Job on Netflix. I also haven't seen, what did the other guy do? Not Darkness Falls. Gravity Falls. Not the Killer Tooth Fairy movie. Or sorry, was that the twist? Did I spoil it? Anyway.
Adam,
It's from 2004. It was bad.
I'm spoiling the mist.
Bam and Jackass Forever breakup.
Bam's
I
too
don't-
fucked up to do things.
I mean, okay, like, it's not. It's a sad reality that his entire life was dependent on someone else's existence, and then when that person left, they just decided, fuck my entire life. That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it was abundantly obvious in every single one of the films, every one of the shows, that he was like the least emotionally mature out of everyone. He was never stable at any point in time. His entire life was a party, and then the party's over, and it, fuck, like, so.
However, he does know all the state capitals.
Oh.
So credit where it's due.
Yeah. I'm not going to be upset about him not appearing in Jackass 4.
I mean,
so.
he can't. Like, he's...
Yeah, like, they're trying their best.
Yeah.
They tried their best to
They
include
wanted
him.
him.
Yeah.
He was too fucked up.
Yeah. Quebec nationalism, it's dumb.
The
It's
worst.
bad. They're stupid.
All other nationalism, very cool. Quebec, get out of here.
Yeah. Benny Evans also went to a Westboro Baptist Church.
Nice.
More like Besterboro.
Got it.
Protest in Denver. They were protesting our gay Jewish governor. Look it up on Twitter. I'm not going to look it up on Twitter, but thank you.
Colorado's got a gay Jewish governor? Respect.
All right, thank you, Nick, for the dollar. Have I completed that movie scratch-off poster yet? Not even close. 3 Empire of Death. Scoot, can you read some of these? I was recording my Spider-Man review all day
I'm
today.
happy to
and,
record it.
Yeah.
3 Empire of Death says, just randomly catching the stream. Love what you do. Thank you. I'm Not That Terrible says, do you know Anders Thomas Jensen, a Danish director who works a lot with Mads Mikkelsen? I especially recommend Adam's Apples, ooh, about you, and The Green Slaughters.
I think those are actually on my watch list.
There you go.
I'm aware, but I don't think I've seen
Is he
any
related
yet.
to Hans Christian Andersen?
No.
Uh,
I don't know.
Sergio Ribeiro says, "Did you see Paul Verhoeven's newest film, Benedetta?
I believe it's pronounced Birdo.
Have you seen Paul Verhoeven's newest film, Birdo? He's had a career resurgence recently with this film and Elle. I thought both were pretty great.
The problem is, if you think Elle was his career resurgence, then I probably shouldn't watch the other one, right?
Elle was weird.
It wasn't good.
Elle was not the movie I was expecting. Without spoiling, I was expecting like a it was marketed for what marketing there was as a revenge movie, and it really wasn't. It was strange and not that good.
Not good.
I was like, it was part of my massive 2010s movie watching last year, and honestly, one of the most, for what I was expecting versus what I got, one of the most disappointing movies I watched of the 650 movies I watched last year for the podcast. That takes us to Max O. Hey, Adam, could I ask you something? Thanks.
Nope.
Global Film Reviews gives who donated ours $50, which is Argentina, which I believe in Canadian dollars is half of 1 penny. Hi, Adam. Greetings from Argentina. Would love to know when you're going to continue with your Synecdoche, New York review. Is that the first time you've been asked that?
I've never had that question before.
Oh, cool.
After my Lion King thing. Maybe in between, because I'm splitting that into parts.
Splitsies.
Lion King should be out February or March, I think. Remember that I'm injured and trying not to make it worse, so.
Hayden Gray says, as a film student / filmmaker, a twofer, filmmaker to be, pardon me, what are 2 movies and a show you would recommend that don't often get mentioned? Thanks for expanding my tastes. 2 movies and a show.
Moral Oral doesn't get mentioned a lot.
Sure.
I would recommend that for a show. 2 movies. This is a weird request, by the way.
It's very specific. 2 movies and a show. No more, no less.
Let's do Magical Girl from 2014.
Nice.
I think that's
a nice
the
one.
year.
Yes.
And let's do Museo.
Another nice one.
From,
little Gael Garcia Bernal.
Yeah, MUSEO from what, 2018?
Maybe 19.
I think it was 18.
Which TIFF was it? I was at 18 and 19. It could have been 18. You may not be as crazy as some people accuse you of. Which takes us to Jab Slant, Museo 2018. There you go. When will you go back on EFAP, good sir?
At any point.
Excellent.
I don't usually plan for these things. It's just whenever I have free time and somebody asks me to do something, then I can.
Daniel Trevino donated $20 Mexican. Trolleytown Big Business says, thoughts on Theo Angelopoulos.
Who is that?
He's a Greek man who does Greek things, if you know
Eternity
what
in a
I'm
Day.
talking about.
I haven't actually seen any of his movies. Wow. They're not even on my watch list. Sorry. Oh, wait. They directed a segment into Each His Own Cinema.
There you go. You've seen
gave a
all
6.
you need.
Okay, I'll add some of these to my watch list. Wow.
Domnosaur says, Squidward did the soundtrack. Your thoughts? It's probably specific to something that was said.
I don't even have to do a Squidward impression.
Now, here's an interesting one. Trolleytown Big Business says, thoughts on Theo Angelopoulos?
He's great!
Excellent. Philippe H. with $2.99 Aussie dollars says, any celebrities that you to like, but now don't? Is there any celebrities you to like and now don't?
I think used to.
I assume.
No, but there's celebrities that I used to not like that now I love. So number 1, Kevin Spacey.
Boom.
Number 2, Prince Andrew.
Yes.
Number 3, Harvey Weinstein.
The big 3.
That's it.
And I sort of use.
James Franco. That's a good one.
Yeah. Amber Heard.
Yep.
She's cool. Andreas Toms says, have you seen the Korean movie Taxi Driver 2017? If so,
It's on
how
my
did
watch
you
list.
like it? Also,
Haven't
thanks
seen it
for
yet.
the Oh Boy and Kimba reviews. Watched them numerous times.
Thank you very much. I haven't seen it yet. It's on my watch list, though.
Owen Delaney says, Scott, I emailed you art. Thoughts? Well, let me open my email.
All right. While you do that,
from
I'm
Owen
going to
Delaney.
I'll grab you a drink as well.
I left my coffee in the car, and I need to
You
do
want a
something
coffee?
about that.
I can grab it for you.
You can.
All right.
Here's
I'll be right back, everybody.
Today's
Hang out with Scoot.
and today will go down in history as the day Adam stole my car.
No.
Let's have a look at this art. Owen Delaney. This is a pen and ink illustration of Adam saving Sickab from dying in Fall Guys. Took me quite a while to finish. Hope you guys enjoy it. I also have it framed if either one of you have a P.O. box or shipping address. Here, Owen, here's my thoughts on it. The art is great, but at the same time, it sucks because I'm not in it. So, very mixed emotions on this, Owen. Very mixed emotions. I will send it to Adam, though. But not to Sickab. He doesn't deserve it. Scoot's with Adam. They're not talking through Discord. Scoot is with... I was on the camera a fucking minute ago. Where were you? And I was only on Discord last week because Adam decided to get HIV. But now he, I don't know, took some vitamin C and knocked that. Oh, sit on the chair. I can do that. Okay. Now it's serious time. Now Daddy's in charge. What are we doing? Not paying attention. Sorry. Yeah, I thought so. I will pay money for Scoot Spirit. Well, here's where to pay the money. Where's even... his mouse is on the left. That's disgusting. Let's click on there. Oh my god, using a mouse with my left hand makes me want to do crimes. www. Oh, is this not the real key? Oh, this is the decoy keyboard. Send the money to paypal.me/notscotthenson. NOTSCOTTHENSON. Fucking decoy keyboard. Who do you think you are? I'm typing in thick. Oh, maybe I can do it over here. Nope, that's on a different screen. Oh, I broke everything. All right. Oh, don't write checks your ass can't cash. I love Cody. Belfrio, thank you very much. If you want to send me things in weird currency, feel free to do the same. It do be like that, Zachary Kane. This is a doxing.
Here's your
Adam, I accidentally deleted your in progress Lion King review.
Cool.
Sorry. You can you didn't have that much done, did you? You can start again? You're good?
Sure, yeah.
I don't like that tone. He doesn't seem on board with this. Any fave directors? Michael Bay, the end.
God damn it.
What happened?
I took my slippers off
Oh.
to go to your car and then I left them.
The way you were looking at things, I assumed I did something terrible. I can't. Yeah, The Dark Knight. Let me do what I promised myself I would never do, and do this from my phone. But I'll The Dark Knight, I guess Batman wanted to see me wrestling, so I was just gonna link my highlight video thing. It's coming. Give me a sec.
All right, let's see. Hold on. I need to find the place. Oops.
I gotta open Twitch on my fucking phone.
There we are.
This is the worst day of my life.
I did not watch the Pan 2015 film, Jake.
Oh, that was supposed to be horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, what's the story behind that?
I think it was
Who
just
directed it?
just a terrible, terrible, terrible Peter Pan movie.
Scoot and Adam, what do you want for fan art? That was what? Do you see the profile picture of Hey, I'm Shibby.
Hey, I do see the profile picture of Hey, I'm Shibby.
I think they draw furry fan art.
Furry fan art. Now you're speaking my language.
Pan.
Draw me and Adam on M. Night Shyamalan's Furry Beach.
Okay.
If that's something up your alley. If not, go nuts. You're the artist. I don't want to tell you how to do your job.
Thank you.
Where are we at? Zachary Kane?
Yes.
Have you been to my hometown furry con called Further Confusion? Adam has. I vaguely
times.
remember you mentioning being in my city for one. Also, thanks for the content. I'm a big fan of your music.
Been there a few times. Will not be going there this year though.
Boo.
I'll do that at some point.
I've never been to a con that I
you.
couldn't drive to. I've only been to Vancouver and Seattle.
You couldn't drive to San Jose.
Well, I don't know the way to San Jose.
Oh.
Hold on. Before I read that next one, let me just see if the person wants that next one to be read. Oh, no, they said don't read it if it's awkward. It's okay. My sweet kitty girl passed away a few hours ago. This is a donation from her. I'm so sorry to hear that, Faith N, and Adam is too.
Yes.
I don't speak for Adam. Adam can tell you that.
I'm sorry.
A furry beach? Like
Thank you for the
fursuit.
donation, though.
A fursuit materialized. No. Real, legit furry. Come on. We're going... Look... If you have a magic beach isn't just gonna dress you. it's gonna affect you on a biological level. Risotto eater. You know what? I like that name. I've been a fan since 2015. The Obama administration. Who would win in a rap battle? Cool Cat or Nanalan? That's fun saying it that way.
I mean, probably Nanalan.
Okay.
Because Ruster would join in for the bridge.
Well, I guess. I don't know if that's fair, though.
It's her stand.
Nicodemus Lopez says, you won't be seeing West Side Story, Belfast, King Richard, House of Gucky, and Don't Look Up anytime soon?
Nope.
Oh, there we go.
I'll see Belfast when it inevitably gets nominated for some Oscars.
Yeah, true.
I'll wait until that. If it doesn't, then I won't see it.
Then pass.
Yeah.
Also, how come you don't mention some films you saw at film festival? For example, Flea.
Because I didn't finish it, and I tried twice. I couldn't get behind the character design. I was not relating to it.
Yeah, and that's correct, Emma. As in Furry Beach, as in post-surgery Furry Beach. Oh, and hey, I'm Shibby's. So is Adam pregnant or Scoot on Adam? Neither pregnant. Unless they really need to be
pregnant. If you want to draw me pregnant,
if you need it to be that way,
art.
It's your art. Whatever feels right to you.
Yeah.
What Gromit Mug says, what's your opinion on the Marx Brothers? I bet you've never seen the Marx Brothers.
Thanks, Orgil. Is that a film also?
Oh, wow. No, it's a famous comedy group who did dozens of movies.
That's what I... Oh, wait.
Groucho Marx.
Wait, Groucho.
There you go. Harpo, Chico, Zeppo, Birdo, Marx Brothers.
Yeah, this is old shit.
It's old shit. Adam doesn't watch old shit. Unless it's M. Night Shyamalan's old.
I mean, I'm working my way into watching old shit, but just...
But who's got the time?
I mean, if every time I make a conscious effort to go out of my element, out of my comfort zone, and watch an older film, and I walk away from it going like, oh, that was nice, but the experience itself was more like I was doing homework than it was me enjoying it, then I'm not really that incentivized to do it so often. And that's unfortunately just been my experience. Like, okay, I'll watch Metropolis, Fritz Lang. I'm like, oh, that was interesting, but I didn't the acting wasn't good, the story wasn't good. I mean, I was like, oh, this is an important film for the time period. And if I imagine other people being a person from the 1920s, was that 27?
7-ish.
If I imagine being a person in a theater in 1927, I might be like, wow, this is amazing. But I'm not. So, yeah. I mean, I've been slowly getting into older shit. I've seen some Chaplins now.
What did you see?
I saw another
City
Hitchcock.
Lights? Did you see?
No, I didn't see City Lights. I saw the kid, and I think I
Great-
saw one more.
Great Dictator. That's a different kind of Chaplin movie, but still a Chaplin movie.
Yeah, I would like to see that one. I haven't actually.
It's cool.
But yeah, I'll get to it. I'm just like, yeah, not super hyped on it, especially when there's so many movies that I watch currently. I think a lot of people that criticize me for not spending my time watching older films don't realize the scope of how many contemporary films I watch in a year.
Quite a few.
So
upwards
maybe
of
in
10 this year.
maybe in their perspective, they'd be like, "Oh, what? If you're just watching movies, you'd have tons of time to check these old things out." Well, first of all, I'm watching more movies than you. Second, I'm not just watching movies. I'm editing. I'm recording voiceover. I'm writing. I'm managing like 20 channels. So no, I don't. We'll see. I'll get to them when I have time. I apologize for not being a true cinephile like you. But anyway.
Yeah, I apologize for not being a true pedophile like you.
Mhm.
And
I'm demonetized.
And
Thanks.
whoops. Well, we tried.
Thanks a lot.
We gave it a shot. There's in the chat, I believe I just posted a thing of me wrestling. Oh, in the YouTube chat. Sorry.
Who's managing the Mukbang channel? I actually don't know their username.
I believe it's Nikocado Avocado is doing it, right?
I just said, hey, who wants to create a channel out of clips of me eating, since I'm doing that on stream anyway? And she reached out and did it. So, yeah, I don't know their Twitch name, if they have one or whatever.
Pretty cool. Caro Z sent $50 Mexican and then another $50 Mexican.
Aren't those just pesos?
And no, it's a dollar sign. I don't see a peso sign. So rules are rules. Adam, will you or have you already watched 2016's Christine with Rebecca Hall and Almodovar's Julieta? Also, have you watched Kineta by Lanthimos? 3 questions. Take them in order.
Christine, I've seen. I'll be watching it again for my 2016 list.
It's really good.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Don't look anything up about it before you see it, because I actually wasn't familiar with the
I also was not.
thing
Yeah.
that it's about. So
yeah.
Julieta, that's on my list. I haven't seen it yet. Also 2016, I think. And then I haven't seen Kineta. How fucking old is that, Lanthimos? I didn't even know it existed.
Kineta. That actually doesn't ring a bell. I'm guessing it's old.
Maybe he didn't direct it. Maybe it's like a writing thing. I don't know.
Oh, a technicality.
Let's see, actually.
Is it pre?
Oh, okay.
Dogtooth?
No, it is. It's literally just a film he made in 2005 before Dogtooth.
Okay.
So he directed it, and it's not that well received. 4.8 IMDb, 54 Metascore. So I don't know.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I guess, but like, I don't know if I'll enjoy it.
Impatience amyl nitrate. Have you heard of director Hal Hartley? I recommend Simple Men.
Let us see. Trust is on my watch list. Otherwise, I'm not familiar with them.
Sad.
But I can watch list Simple Men, I guess. Let me do that.
Belfrio sent 40 rubles and said, "Scoot, you look crazy." What you talking
What
about?
else is new?
I look pretty. I look nice today. I feel nice today. I just showered, combed, trimmed, and oiled before I came here. I feel good.
Hell yeah, Verninator. I love your videos. What would I think would be in the Jean Dilma meal at McDonald's? Just meat. Just like ground meat.
A box of meat.
A potato. Egg. Yeah. Maxo, thanks for saying my name, Scoot. I love you.
You know what? I'll say it again, Maxo. There, how does that feel? Pretty nice? I should think so.
Hold on.
Hold on. I got some sort of emergency DM related to this. Hey, Scoot, you and Adam skipped my super... Oh, yeah, somehow we did. Sorry about that. Skip my super chat question about Megan is missing. Hope you guys didn't ignore it on purpose. Did not ignore it on purpose. Legitimately missed it. Where was it? Hi. Oh yeah, because we got all hyped about the Marx Brothers. Hi Adam, I have a theory that the movie Megan is Missing is just an R-rated Lifetime movie. Even made a vid about it. What do you think? Does
I don't
this
know.
hold?
How is that a theory?
Yeah. Who's on the other side of that debate? Of course it is.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. I'm sorry.
Agree.
Yes.
we're on your side. Absolutely.
Abso.
Absolutely.
Have I seen Tetsuo the Iron Man? No. It's on my watch list, though. I'm excited to see it.
What would you, to the nearest, let's say 1,000, how many movies are on your watch list?
I can actually pull up the number.
I would love to see the number.
Let's see what the number is.
I'm going to say 6,000.
2.9K.
Oh, barely any.
Is what it says here.
Barely, less than half of my guess. Oh, you could bang that out in 3 weeks.
No.
Not with that attitude, but okay.
If every movie was a minute long, it... How many minutes are... Wait a minute. If every movie was...
I'll let you work this out.
I'm not going to. I'm so tired. My tired is hurting.
Oh, that sentence was a
I
delight.
saved it.
That was a delight. Oh, you couldn't have saved that better. That's one of my favorite things you've ever said. What a treat. Yes, I'm Shibby. How do you have Twitter? I can get a hold of you. Shibby, send Twitter.
Okay.
What's a chill gummy say? Refresh. It's going away. We got new stuff.
Yeah.
J-Rock. What up, J-Rock? Adam and Scoot together talking about movies makes everything better.
Yes.
Concur. Jampersand. Been following your work for almost a decade now. What's that, about 9 years? So it's awesome to see your progression from all the way back to your Precious review. Any films you expected to be meh/bad, but ended up enjoying after watching?
Thank you so much. The Lego movie. Done.
I didn't see the Lego movie till last year because I had no interest in movies.
It was awesome.
Because I had no
Love it.
interest. Listen, let me finish my fucking sentence.
You can continue. You're still talking. Keep talking. I didn't stop you.
You were holding up a stop sign off camera, but okay. I never watched it till last year because I have no interest in movies for babies, and then I saw you gave it a 9, I think.
Yeah.
And I watched it for my 2010s viewing, and as I'm going along, I'm like, what's so fucking great about this? And then by the end, I'm like, okay, actually very good. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me. It took some reveals for me to come around on it, but it came together.
Cool.
Esoteric Videos says, "Hey Adam, I'm trying to get into creating video essays, but it's taking a lot of time. Well, such is how essays go. I've spent 90+ work hours so far for a 30-minute video. How many work hours on average do you think it takes you per minute of video?"
That's such a difficult question because it depends on the video.
It can vary.
So
right?
This video that I'm recording right now takes a 1 minute to 1 minute.
That's what you want.
Ratio.
That's ideal.
So that's why we're doing this right now. Is because it's the end of the year and
that's
I had to catch up on shit. This is a 1-to-1 ratio. Other things. So like a 6-minute quickie can take the time it takes for me to drive to a theater and watch a movie and trailers and then drive back, which might be like 4 hours, and then plus me recording, which might be like, even for a 6-minute quickie, depending on the movie, it could be at like, even 6 minutes, it could be like up to 8 hours, just like figuring out what to say, doing different takes. Sometimes I'll need to like research or fact check myself or leave notes for the editor or whatever. And then beyond that point, most of the quickies and stuff, somebody else is editing for me. They send it back. They work on it for however many hours. They send it back to me. I make some changes to it, upload, thumbnail, blah, 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 blah. So all in all, like even like a 6-minute quickie can take like days. And then if I'm doing all the editing for a project, like The Lion King, and then it takes exponentially longer because I'm putting more effort into it, and it's not just the editing process; it's the dramatically increased like pre-production process. So like going through all like a billion hours of behind the scenes footage, and being a lot more stringent about how I phrase things and what I say. And there's actually some takes in the Lion King YMS thing where it's like some of my audio's peaking, so I'm re-recording some of those lines. And maybe in a quickie I might not, but since there's the expectation of like this is a larger project and I'm working on it for so long, then I have to make sure it matches that expectation. So yeah, those things take longer. You missed this one, I think.
Connor Wells, will you play any more Mario Party? I love them so much.
Yes.
Next time Alex is in town. Yes.
Yeah, we'll play them at some point.
But that's it. Matt Roman, hello. I was wondering what you thought about the French Dispatch. That must have been one of the ones you talked about today.
I talked about that earlier today. I enjoyed it. First segment, best segment, then third,
Benicio
then second.
segment, best segment. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I really connected with the first, not so much the second and third, but they were still
the Jeffrey Wright one was
kind of
pretty good. The second was the weakest. Yeah, first was the best for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Caro Z. Thoughts on Only Lovers Left Alive with T. Swinton, her rap name.
I thought it was fine.
That's the
I wasn't huge on it.
Jim Jarmusch.
Yeah, I'll still watch his zombie one, but I mean, it didn't leave me with much of an impression, the vampire one, so.
I didn't hear great things about his zombie one, and also
I know.
the titles of them are very
stupid
and confused. Like Only Lovers Left Alive and The Dead Don't Die. Like either movie could have either title.
What was the
Zombieland?
No, Zack Snyder originally wanted to call Batman v Superman. The original title he wanted to call it Son of Sun and Night of Night.
No.
Yeah, that was what he wanted to call it, but they didn't. Warner Brothers didn't let him.
Step into my
SON
office.
of SUN and KNIGHT of NIGHT.
Step into my office because you're fucking fired. What are you doing?
Step into my orifice.
That's awful.
Isn't that the worst thing?
This is you've truly ruined my day.
Good.
That sucks.
I know.
They're really like Zack Snyder sucks. He just fucking sucks. God damn it. Next question. Alan Walkman. When you're going to review Spider-Man NWH?
I recorded it today. Damo is finishing up. One of my editors is finishing up the new Adam and Pals, where I Hate Everything is guesting, and then they will work on the Spider-Man review. So probably in less than a week. Hopefully they have some time before Christmas. I'm not if they say, hey, I'm busy with holidays, then I might be like, okay.
Then I might fire them.
No. Then it'll have to happen after. I would prefer for it to get out sooner. But I'm not nobody that works for me is on a contract, so I don't force anybody to do anything. So yeah, that's how things work. So
makes sense.
Just the one I'm highlighting is the one.
Makes sense. SL, the coffee addict, says, I've tried sending you $10 like 10 times. Well, this one seemed to work. Get that wrist healed up.
Thank you so much.
I'm briefly veering off into regular chat. Scoot, please read this to Adam, all capitals. Do you know that you have very rare Walking Dead footage? The bowling footage in the videos you used isn't available anywhere. The slow walking example you used. How about that?
What bowling?
I don't fucking know.
I made that video in 2013.
You made years and years ago? Yeah.
It's been almost 10 years. It's been 8 years. Bowling footage?
Mm.
All right, donate $100 and I'll figure it out.
Perfect.
Just kidding.
Feitan, sorry for being a downer. Here's an actual question. Adam and Scoot. Hey, no need to be a downer. You've had a day. Adam and Scott, what are your favorite Christmas/holiday traditions this time of year? Usually making a bed and then kissing about it.
Christmas holiday traditions? What do I do for Christmas? I visit my fam jam.
Cool.
And I take a week off or something.
I visit Adam's family too.
Yeah.
And I take a well-deserved week off. Verninator 6497. We did that one. The Jean Dielman meal at
Scoot fan art in your
McDonald's.
email.
Check
apparently.
email Scoot. There will be Scoot fan art. Well, that's what I like to hear, Owen.
All right. We got more. Let's see.
Ooh. Where are we at? Jean Dielman. Laurel Blake says, I enjoy your content and was wondering if you have seen any of The Great North. Ham kind of reminds me of you.
Ham?
Ham. You're a ham type. I'm gonna say you have not seen The Great North. I also have not. It's an animated series that is one of I feel like 8 series came out in the last 2 years that all look like Bob's Burgers, but aren't. And this was one of them.
It's got a 6.5 on IMDb, so I don't know how I feel about watch listing it. Holy shit! It looks like Bob Burgers.
I mean, there's
I'm looking at some of the images here. I'm like, could have fooled me.
Yeah, no, there's that one.
Fuck?
There's
Is it related?
It has to be because there's Central Park, same thing.
Okay.
Central Park is like a musical Bob's Burgers, and then The Great North, and then another one. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Shibby. Last thing, do you guys have references of your sonas? Yes, and I've got your Twitter now. Hey, I'm Shibby, so we're on it.
Okay, Scoot, we'll send them to you. Thank you.
A Chill Gummy says, I feel like soundtracks go really unappreciated in movies and games. What are some of your all-time favorites that you listen to? Merry Christmas.
Halo. Marty O'Donnell made my top 5 Spotify this year, actually. I was listening to the Halo soundtrack while I was driving a bunch. And then movies, soundtracks. I mean, Synecdoche sometimes.
Johnny Greenwood's Phantom Thread soundtrack is so fucking good.
It's dope.
I love it.
Yeah. Hausu. Kill Bill isn't really a scored soundtrack, but I love the soundtrack.
It's fantastic. Fight Without Honor or Humanity is such a good fucking song.
Mm-hmm.
And good wrestling entrance music. It got really overused in the mid 2000s, but it's a good one.
Oh, is that the bam, bam, bam?
You betcha.
Oh, of course it is. Do you guys like South Park? The movie is great. I would love to rewatch the movie. I enjoy South Park.
Did we watch South Park yesterday? Answer: yes. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a while. I do have it in my head as probably a top 5 hardest I've ever laughed in a movie theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're old.
Fuck you. I went when I was a baby. You know what? In fact, I went 4 or 5 years before I was even born.
You're a baby?
I'm baby.
Okay. Favorite Bajork song, and if she was in Smash, what would her down be?
Hyper ballad.
I haven't listened to enough Bjork to give a non-normie answer, and I know if you're asking about Bjork, you would hate me to say something like "Army of Me" or something, so I'm not going to say it. I haven't listened to enough of her shit yet. I would like
hyper
to.
ballad.
Hyper ballad. Okay.
Hyper ballad.
That's my answer. And if she was in,
my answer.
And if she was in Smash, what would her down be? It would be her. What would she do? She would say.
She'd pretend to be blind.
She'd taken over your television.
She'd make it oh so quiet. Shh, shh, and then sneak up on you when you're being quiet.
She would insert herself into a Death Grips album.
I do, yeah. That was disappointing. I wanted
some people love music that doesn't sound like music.
Yeah, I know that's fun and all, but I wanted Bjork and Death Grips to be.
She sounds like Sans the whole album.
I wanted it to be something I liked, and it wasn't something I liked.
It wasn't.
I was sad.
No.
Sad. Send tweet. Caro Z says, "What's your opinion of Fallout New Vegas?"
I'm not a Fallout person. I'm really not like a.
I'm a Fallout
Bethesda
boy.
RPG person, honestly. I'm not. If I'm gonna play an RPG, kind of game I would rather play like Mass Effect, where it does feel somewhat cinematic. Fallout, it just seems like to be just all nerd and no cinematic. I want something with some cinematic qualities to it. Fallout does not really have that. They had an intro in the third game. There was like an opening cutscene, and then after that point, it's just like, oh well. Okay, I guess it's just nerd time.
Nerd time. Trolleytown Big Business says, thoughts on Theo Angelopoulos?
Hopefully you're memeing, because is that the same user?
It's absolutely the same user, and he's definitely
you have
memeing.
to be memeing.
Yeah.
Because if not, then they missed us saying it. They went to the bathroom and came back.
They might have a
and
problem.
they thought, yeah, because we answered that.
Sheriar, to answer your question, yes, I watch AEW, and it's so much better than WWE as far as mainstream North American wrestling goes. They're not even worth mentioning in the same sentence. Enma Fry, just Enma Fries? Not wait, because your Twitch name is Enma Loves Fries, which was just a statement. Gotcha. Which is just a statement about things you like. But is your last name Fries? Anyway, for Scoot and Adam, what's the most Wenegay thing each of you have done this year? I shot a woman. Adam?
I allowed my best friend Alex from I Hate Everything to take super weed from my worst friend LW.
I'm glad I was present for your most Wenegate action of 2021.
I allowed it. I could have stopped it, but I allowed it
You
to
really,
happen.
really could have stopped it, but you chose not to. You're basically the same people who let the Holocaust happen.
Oh, who was that?
Germans.
You could have. I had an answer in my head that could have been really edgy,
No,
but how many times do we really want to be monetized? Demonetized today?
I know the other answer. I'm trying to be a gentleman over here.
Thank you.
God. Esoteric Videos is back, and he's pissed. Thanks for the answer. Wow, I knew you were a hard worker, but I didn't realize it averaged like almost a work week hours per minute or two on big essays. Well, that's how life
The big ones,
goes.
it's fucking insane. And also just like the fact that I'm juggling multiple projects at once. I released an entire album last year. I'm doing a podcast bi-weekly. I'm doing
Emphasis on
my
bi.
game stream every Sunday, managing channels. I'm doing a lot of things at once. I'm supporting a lot of other people's livelihoods. So I can't just be like, oh, let's just ignore this whole channel for a month and watch people that have been nice to me starve. So I've got, I have to support all of this stuff equally. So, yeah. Worst Life of Strange, number 3. Thank you, Daniel.
We did it.
The most boringest, yeah.
Misha Gurovich with US $69. How about that? I just want to say I rewatched the Old Boy review with my roommate, and it's still really strong, and I'm extremely hyped to watch Lion King one day.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your 69 donation also. Because the Old Boy review, consistently in my most viewed videos every month, like it's still getting a lot of traffic. Completely demonetized, so I'm not making a penny off of it.
But it
so
feels
it's
good.
a little annoying.
Doesn't it feel good?
And it flows well because it's in one part. But if it was in multiple parts, then some of them would probably be monetized and some of them
That's
wouldn't.
true. So you really nailed it.
Yeah. Thank
Misha,
you for the donation.
If you're one of those people who has lots of money and has some left over,
Yeah, how about donate 69420.00? Okay.
Then how about donate 69420.00? The strangest way to say that in the world. Yeah, you don't feel shy about sending to the link just posted in the chat.
That same amount.
That same amount, or 3 or 4 times it. You be the judge. You're the master of your own fate. Magma.
Say your PayPal out loud for the people rewatching this later.
I will
that
say
might
my
not be
PayPal
reading
out loud. PayPal.me/not Scott Henson. NOTSCOTTHENSON.
That's Scoot's PayPal.
That's Scoot's PayPal.
Yeah.
And if you hear anything to the contrary, they're a liar.
If you hear
or me being
or see
stupid.
any other link being posted, even by Scott
even
himself,
by me, let me be
don't
very
do
clear.
it.
I am also actively working against myself. And
there was like 2 days where he posted the wrong PayPal
there were
link.
2 days where he posted the wrong thing, and Scott Henson in Carlsbad, New Mexico, walked away with a Jeep Grand Cherokee that should have been mine. But here we are. Magma Block says, I just put the word dong on your screen. LMAO.
You got me. I'm never going to recover from this one.
Honey Badger J says, Scoot, have you
Oh,
seen the
fuck.
94 documentary Crumb about a really interesting individual who's famous for Felix the Cat and other LSD-expired comics? Yes.
What? Oh, I
Yeah.
confused Felix with Fritz.
Yes,
you're
did.
right.
Fritz is sick, though. Fritz rocks.
I was like, that wasn't a comic.
Fritz greater than sign Felix.
Kitties
But-
and titties.
Kitties and titties. Lots of both.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie.
My favorite
yeah, I've
Ralph.
seen it.
Bakshi. I mean, my second favorite Ralph.
I mean, oops.
Oops.
Refresh.
Yeah, I was just thinking about if I wanted another. I'll have some LaCroix first. I'll refresh.
I'm on to my second drink.
Okay, cool.
What have you made me?
Oh, it's
Is there poison in it? Is it one of your classic Pepsi mangoes and poison?
Yes. Yeah. I was gonna make that earlier, but I only want half a one because if I have like a whole Pepsi, I'll just be up all night.
Oh, a whole Pepsi at 5 p.m. You'll be up for days if you. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm being mean. Connor Wells. He's back. Thoughts on the assassination of Jesse James by the coward President Gerald Ford. The soundtrack and cameo from Nick Cave is spectacular. Yeah, it's a good soundtrack. I watched it for my 2007 Oscars viewing this year, and it was fun. I liked it.
I thought it was very well made. I thought it was really long, and I'm not like a person that
yeah.
cares too much about.
You're
that
someone who
time
watched a
period
7-hour movie this
or those
week.
characters. It was better than Shatan Tongo. But yeah, it's I was in it. I was an extra in the film
Oh, that's right.
Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
That's right.
I don't appear on screen. Clearly I was in a deleted scene. Yeah, I was in it.
Did you just say in it?
Yes.
Am I gonna on my ad YMS Gotcha channel have to post a clip of this saying he said it?
Go for it. Yeah, I was like 13 years old and they filmed it in Fort Edmonton Park. I lived in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and they filmed it there. And I've been cleaning my room, occasionally over the past month or whatever, just trying to. I cleaned out my desk the other day, but yeah, I found my check that I got from the film production company for that. So I hung on, or at least a photocopy of it.
I was gonna say, cash that shit.
Yeah.
Well, how much was it?
For the whole day, I think it was like $90 or something. It was like, yeah, it was.
I got $1.3 million to be in the main event, but that was a starring role, so it's different.
Thanks for the $1, Leon.
Thanks for the
Kuwata.
$1, Leon Kuwata. I was gonna say something. Oh, I was gonna say if you were 13 for the assassination of Jesse James, you probably didn't see the South Park movie in the theater. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
Yeah. My name is not Gus. I know you. Favorite Scoot moment? Love. That's my favorite Scoot moment too. Do you have one, or do they all just sort of run together, or are they all tied for last?
My favorite Scoop moment is when you laugh at my joke.
I laugh at your jokes sometimes. My favorite Adam moment would be when he laughed at my joke. 'Cause, it might happen one day. Still waiting, but we'll see.
I laugh at the idea of you making a joke.
Ah, that makes sense. Leon Kawada's back with 5 times his original donation. Are you interested in seeing Cyrano, the Joe Wright / Peter Dinklage musical with music from The National?
Sure, that sounds interesting.
Is it a Cyrano de Bergerac
Who's Joe
story?
Wright again? That's such a familiar name. Actually, he directed Atonement, right? Let me see.
That sounds right. That sounds
Joe.
Joe right, in
Yeah.
fact.
Cyrano? Yeah, I could watch that. It doesn't have a great rating, but fuck, I mean, whatever.
So is it a Cyrano de Bergerac musical?
I don't know.
I don't know if I want to see that.
I like The National somewhat.
I like The National too. I just don't know if I want to see a Cyrano de Bergerac musical. Like, oh, it's an ugly guy, and he tells a less ugly guy how to get pussy. Great. I don't care. He's got a big nose. Look at the size of that idiot's nose. Hayden Gray says, as a film student / playwright, an Arthur Miller type, wants a film and show, one each from each of you, very specific, that I should watch that is not commonly found. Thanks, love you guys. Is that Is that the same person who asked for the two?
I'm not ready to try and hunt down the other comment.
I need to know. This is very important.
Moral, Oral, and Magical Girl.
Okay, the show is Banshee. That gets 0 play. Okay, I don't give a shit about action TV shows or action movies, except in very, very specific cases. The two I can think of are The Raid and Banshee. So check out Banshee.
The Raid.
Redemption.
Okay.
Yeah. Banshee rocks. And a movie, Greener Grass.
Okay, yeah.
You're a school.
That was fun.
Any chance of more Yakuza? This is from Publix, to be very clear. Me and my wife watched the entirety of your Yakuza 0 playthrough. Why would you do that? Hilarious. Yeah, we'll do more Yakuza, right?
Yeah, at some point.
And more of that. Verninator's back, 6497. Thoughts on Kate Bush?
Thank you.
Know you love spelling / the turning wheel and feel like the work of Kate's Bush is a good parallel. I love Kate Bush.
Kate Bush is my favorite character from the film After Blue that we didn't finish. That trippy 70s thing. Remember?
Yes.
There's a character named Kate Bush. I haven't heard enough real Kate Bush, to have any real opinions on her, unfortunately. But spelling the turning wheel is awesome. I love it.
Running Up That Hill is a fantastic song.
And Verninator, yeah, shout out. Verninator used some of the Suspiria remake soundtrack and the Annihilation soundtrack in the Wendy Endgame video, and I was like, yeah.
Nice. Does Scoot have a YouTube / popular account online?
It's one of those things.
Yes to the first, no to the second. Yeah, I've got a YouTube. I've got a Twitter. What do you want? I'll say them and post them. My Twitter is the same as my PayPal, at Not Scott Henson, NOTSCOTTHENSON. If you search Scoot Plays on YouTube, you'll get it. The actual channel.
But you have to spell out Scoot Plays.
Sorry, yeah, that's true. SCOOTPLAZE.
Yeah.
I'll post unless Fanboy can do it faster, which he probably can, because I like his style and his moxie. So if I see him post them soon, I won't do it myself, and if I don't, I will. But those are the main things, I think. Fanboy just posted my YouTube, and if he could also post my Twitter, that's great. And those are the two places you can see me do things. Yatsu Fusa says, you mentioned enjoying a South Park. Thoughts on the newer seasons compared to the older ones?
I don't think they're exactly in their stride right now. I'm still enjoying them.
Here's what I think. I'm trying to pin down the timeline. Like probably 6-7 years ago, they did a couple seasons which I really, really enjoyed and were as good as any of their best seasons, where they had just little things that carried over episode to episode, almost at an
Mhm.
Easter egg level, but there was not
Yeah.
an overarching plot
Yeah.
for the whole season. And those seasons I thought were excellent. Then the next few after that, sort of to present,
Yeah.
has been kind of one overarching plot for the whole season, and they have not been as good. There's still some good stuff in them, but they're by no means their best seasons.
Cool. Love your content. Hope your Lion King vid turns out great. Can you do a podcast with General Sam? I don't know who that is. He has a podcast called Forehead Fables. If they reach out to me on my business email or whatever, then
If they reach out, I definitely won't do it.
then maybe. Yeah, but that's how things usually happen. Esoteric videos. If invited, would you do a best of the worst with Red Letter Media? If invited, I don't see why not. Yeah. I'll do it not invited. I'll go there without them inviting
I
me.
will crash that.
I know
fucking
Colin
place.
from Canada, and he can help me infiltrate.
You know Colin from Canada?
Yes.
I know Colin from Canada. I've had
Yes.
dinner with Colin from Canada.
We've had
not to
dinners
brag.
with Colin.
Jonathan Rojas says, "Thank you, Adam, for your movie reviews. They're awesome."
Thank you so much. Thank you for spelling there correctly.
Honestly, yeah. You should, you know what? You should send Jonathan $4.99 for spelling there right.
All right, we're doing a refund.
You know what? That was so nice. I'm giving you a refund. Clue Luke says, "Love you both."
Thank you.
For $1 a piece. Daniel Voss, my favorite brand of water. Been lots of fun watching you get mad at Life is Strange. The song parodies you make up on the spot are worth monetizing.
Oh, thank you. Maybe I'll release them on Spotify.
You should. I didn't get to see what my most played on Spotify word this year. Like all.
They cut you off?
Like all the cool kids.
Did they not let you on December 18th?
Oh no, I don't use Spotify.
Oh,
so that's.
Oh yeah,
why.
Scoot uses an iPod.
I use an iPod
that he leaves in his car.
that I leave in my car, and
Even
has
though it
only
looks-
been stolen once.
Oh, you bought a new one.
I mean, years ago.
Okay. I was just saying, like, the way it, as a person that just went to your car to grab your coffee, the way it looks like you left a smartphone in your car. So I'm
Yeah.
shocked I'm shocked it's only been stolen once, honestly.
And that was when I left my car open. That wasn't a break-in.
Yeah.
That was me not locking my car downtown. The MTG 666, who donated in a amount and currency I can't even begin to comprehend, says, "Have you ever watched The Life and Death of a Porno Gang?
It could be $1 million.
Really interested. It could be $1 million. I'm really interested in your opinion."
The life and death of a porno gang?
I am not familiar with it myself.
2009?
Sure. There probably isn't more than one. So probably the one.
All right,
you
I'll
found
watch
is
list
that
it. I don't know when I'll ever see it, but it's there. So theoretically,
It
I'll
is
get to
there.
it at some point. Thank
And-
you. I haven't seen it, though.
And despite the fact that I don't use Spotify, I do put my podcast on Spotify. And as per Enma Fries, I am her most listened to podcast on Spotify. So thanks.
Hell yeah. We'll refresh the page again. I'm just going to pee and grab another drink. We've got a friends thing to attend. We'll probably leave at around 6. Right now it's 5:11 p.m.
What's that, about 49 more minutes?
Yeah. So just FYI, we might not get to every single super chat. The frequency it's going right now,
We're getting to the
we're
super
not-
chats
I mean,
pretty
yeah,
good. We're not doing a
we're
lot
not
of the
like
regular chat.
we're not
but-
like so far behind on each of them, so you're probably still good if you're asking. So if you got a question, you got a super chat you want to ask, if you ask it now, you're pretty safe.
Yeah.
But we'll do a cutoff at some point in like 45 minutes or
Yeah,
something.
get your shit in.
So anyway, I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna grab a drink. Do you want anything?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Scoot will talk to normal chat.
I
for a
will.
bit.
Despite my qualms about dealing with plebs. Someone asked about intergender wrestling and if I think it's as unrealistic as other people. No, it's fine. Like, sometimes you have to work it a little differently. If the guy is much bigger than the girl, you can't have the girl like kicking the guy's ass or whatever. But you can make it work, absolutely. One of my favorite matches was intergender, and it was the one of the 2 live matches of mine Adam was ever at. which is cool. Let me. I can probably find it, unless Fanboy or some other intrepid person can find it quicker. Do I like cheese? Yeah, cheese is great. I can't hear you if you're not in the chair. Favorite wrestler? Tomohiro Ishii of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So is YMS being a furry a joke or real? I'm always so amused. I'm always so amused by that question. Like, if you're really new and you just saw it like mentioned once, then okay. But like anyone who's been like a fan for a while or watched for a while, like, yeah. And I remember someone asking like, "Is Scoot really a wrestler?" Yeah, I am. There's tons of footage, and like, me, Adam, and we took Alex to a furry convention last month. Like, yes. I don't know what else to tell you. And then if you're crazy enough, you'll think this is a joke. So there's really no point in the whole thing. Imagine doubting furryism. I agree. Electrica 00. Yeah, that's like asking, is Scoot really a racist? Of course not. You're just not watching enough. Well, glad to be of service. Big ol' San Antonio women. P.S. Good username. We're back on Super Chats?
Yes. I realized you couldn't see me nodding my head.
I could not. Nick Babenkoff, who donated 1,000 rubles, which that's got to be, even with the exchange, probably pretty good.
I don't know how much a ruble is.
Or not. Who's to say?
Let's look this up.
What's 1,000 rubles these days? Is it $200 or is it 8 cents? Anyway,
it's $17.38 Canadian.
You know what? Nothing wrong with that. Not too
Thank
shabby.
you.
Thoughts on Andrei Zvyagintsev, Russian director, Leviathan, Nelyubov, etc. Thanks for your reviews. First time donating on YouTube ever.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm honored.
Hope you like
love
that
him.
accent.
One of my favorite directors.
Fantastic.
Probably in my top 10, honestly.
He's awesome.
I've seen
nothing but hits.
I've seen every one of his films except, what is it called?
It's probably an early one I haven't seen.
The Return. That's the only one I haven't seen.
Oh, I've actually seen
I'm
that.
excited to see it. His weakest film is still a 7 out of 10.
Which is not bad.
Yeah.
For those keeping score.
Yeah, so amazing director. Love him. One of the greats. One of my
Loveless,
favorites.
Leviathan,
easily.
Elena. Nothing but hits.
Yeah.
Love him. Philip Dexter, did you see the South Park episode about studios censoring for China? I think the movie is one of the best musicals. Sending support from Scotland.
Yes. Yes, I have. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Kara Z's back with another $20 Mexican. Adam, listen to Soy Boy by Scuba Dvala. Is a banger.
Is it on Spotify? We can listen to it on the way to our friends.
I don't listen to Spotify. I download things and put them on my iPod because I need to own everything I listen to. I don't like what I'm watching or listening to being in someone else's hands because they can take it away at any point.
So I'll load this into. I'll keep this in my queue and I'll hopefully remember to listen to it later.
Scoot promote. Oh, that's coming later. Do you like Fiona Apple? Now that you started watching BoJack again, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, she did fetch the bolt cutters, right?
The who what?
Bolt cutters? Was that Fiona Apple or somebody else? Yeah, that was.
Yes.
Fetch the bolt. Yeah, that was a great album. She did some weird stuff before that, but that was like the first full album I listened to from her. So she's been around for a while.
She's been around since the 90s.
I started watching BoJack. Yes. I'm on episode 10. I'm enjoying it.
You're still against it?
No, I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
It's all right. I'm watching it in VR chat with my boyfriend and alcohol. So under those conditions, I'm enjoying it quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't watch it by myself, though. So,
Honey Badger J. Scoot, thoughts on fave all-time wrestler, fave current wrestler, theme entrance, And Beyond the Mat, P.S. You kick ass, man.
What are your thoughts on the concept of a favorite all-time wrestler?
I think it's good to have one. I recommend everybody do.
Oh,
Fave all time, maybe Kenta Kobashi. Scoot obviously is in the mix. Fave current wrestler in Japan, Tomohiro Ishii in North America, Bryan Danielson.
Scoot's stage name is actually Scott Henson, and his real name is Scoot
That's correct. Not a lot of people know or understand that.
with no last name.
I'm a Cher, Madonna.
When you came out of the
Zendaya
womb,
type.
your
Yeah.
mom said Scoot,
Scoot.
and they were like, oh, "Okay."
I saw. Is that the one? Yeah, I saw Beyond the Mat at the theater. Again, dating myself. Man, I wish I could date myself. Yeah, it's an interesting documentary. It's been. I don't know if I've seen it since the theater in 1999, but it's almost worth seeing for The Rock giving Mick Foley just one of the worst concussions you've ever seen.
Oh, very nice.
With like, gotta be like 15 full force unprotected chair shots to the head. It's
No condom?
no condom, and
Okay.
with Foley's family in the front row watching. It's something. That guy says crazy face, followed by scared face. Hey, I'm Shibby's back. Interested in playing Danganronpa.
I have heard of it, and I
heard of.
don't remember why I've heard of it 6 times, but I have heard of it, and I'll have to look it up to know if I'm interested in playing it. We only play video games once a week for the Sunday stream, which is tomorrow on twitch.tv/ADUMPLAZE. We're going to be finishing Mr. David Cage's Omicron. We're demonetized a third time.
Hey, excellent.
Yeah, the Nomad Soul. So join us tomorrow for the Sunday stream. So yeah, we don't make time for every dame or game
Are you good?
because we can't. It's not possible.
That guy says shocked face.
Thank you.
And that guy also says in awe drooling face.
Okay.
Sinyikal with the little accent over the end. Love you guys. BT Dub, Scoot, you're the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the $4.99 Max Parlo.
Parlo. The MTG 666. This currency is from Eastern Europe, so it's as far from $1 million as is humanely possible. I like things that are humanely possible.
Okay.
Max Parlo's back, this time with $9.99. Is editing Lion King 2019 worse than going through all the Kimba stuff? Interesting question, actually.
Yeah, because I have developed tendonitis. So
Good.
the editing is worse. It's more painful, and I have to take more breaks. So yeah, it's a worse film. Also,
Yeah. Hey, thanks. I'm not that terrible. Scoot Handsome. That's my legal name. Livio Lipetti. I had to throw away my son's Goofy figurine due to the PTSD gives me from Adam's Goofy voice. Love you guys.
were you worried you would fuck your son?
every time I see that figure, I just think, Max. Yeah, that's throw it away. So it's a big dick you're getting there, Max. Honey Badger J, welcome to You Are Doom, but that was intentional.
It's in quotes.
It is in quotes because it was on the postcard in Frisky Dingo. I know references.
Oh yeah.
Now
Everything I say is in quotes. That's how I get
true.
away with
They're
the
all
N-word.
quotes. I'm just saying what someone else probably said.
That's how I get away with saying everything.
Yeah, they're not attributed quotes, but they are quotes. They're in quotes.
From me.
Quote me. Here's what I think about now. The Music Mixer 69, cool name. I'm hungry, but I spent the money I had for food on the super chat. I'll probably die. Would Wreck You make Cries and Whispers your next Bergman watch?
Okay. I still haven't seen The Mirror. No, wait, that's Tarkovsky. Never mind. I'll watch I'll watch Cries and Whispers for my next Bergman. What other Bergmans haven't I've seen? There's a lot of Bergmans I haven't seen. But yeah, Cries and Whispers is up there, as I understand. So
That guy says, Scott, promote your podcast.
no.
Well, rules are rules. I'm posting a link in the chat right now to a tweet of mine that has like all the links to the most recent episode of the podcast, and of course you can get everything else from there. The name of the podcast is The Worst Year of Our Lives. We're currently doing a thing.
Ah, shit.
What's up?
This drink has a bunch of grapefruit in it.
Adam, do I have to start
No, I'll be fine.
watching your food for you? What we're doing this season with the podcast is we started with a movie which was arbitrarily 2014's Beef. And then each subsequent week, so the week after that, we did a movie with the same actor.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a drink.
And then after that, a movie with the same director. And then just rinse and repeat, actor, director, until we get tired of it. And ideally come full circle back to the first actor, which was our man Christopher Maloney. Daniel Voss says, I'm 90 minutes into a Satan Tango and not feeling it. In your opinion, should I continue or not waste my time? I will answer for Adam. You should not continue and not waste your time. He gave it a 5 and was not overall psyched about it. And I'm glad I did not take him up on the offer to watch it with him, because however he spent those 7 hours, I bet I spent mine better. Adam, any other enjoyable anime besides Death Note? I will again answer for Adam. The answer is Attack on Titan, the end. The only good anime. Is it still possible to download fragments for Rock Band? Says Pagzamaphone. I will have to let Adam answer that because I don't know the answer. I would think yes, but I don't actually know. So we'll have to see. Yeah, you get it then, Ma. I'll wait for... I don't know if he's seen Scenes from a Marriage. Have you seen Scenes from a Marriage? Nope. So that answers that. Sam Cooper.
Haven't seen it yet.
Any other enjoyable anime besides Death Note?
Nope.
And don't worry, I've already said Attack on Titan, the only good anime.
So Scoot's only seen one anime.
I've seen 1.5 anime, thank you.
What was the other one?
Half of Death Note.
Oh yeah. I mean, Miyazaki ate some Ghibli stuff, Spirited Away.
Oh yeah, if you go movies,
Mononoke.
then yeah, your
Shows,
Miyazaki's,
though?
your Akira's, your...
Depends what you're looking for. I enjoyed the first season of Devilman Crybaby. I enjoyed Beastars. It got pretty stupid. I mean, it was stupid the whole time, but
But it was furry, so it was fun.
Yeah.
Scoot watched Kimono Michi. No, I'm not watching Kimono Michi out of protest. They stole my life story, and until they pay me, they can fuck off. Next question. We did that. I answered
you
that
did
one.
that one?
I answered that one for you. I assume the answer was
Satan Tango.
do not continue and do not waste
If you're
your
not
time.
feeling it in the first 90 minutes, do not continue.
That's what I figured.
I watched the whole thing and didn't feel it.
I answered correctly. I didn't. Is it possible to still download fragments for Rock Band? I didn't know the answer to
Check
that.
the description of the video that promotes the Rock Band. There's probably a link to the Xbox or PlayStation store. I think it might still be available in the Xbox store, just not the PlayStation. But it's not available for new systems. You would have to have Rock Band 3 to play it, unfortunately.
Sad. Scenes from Marriage, no. Nomadic Budgie says, have you heard of director Todd Field's films In the Bedroom, Little Children? And if yes, do you plan on seeing them at some point? I've seen both. Have you seen those? You must have seen Little Children.
I think I've seen Little Children.
It's good. I liked both.
2006. It's on my watch list, actually.
Huh.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen it.
It's got a
and then the
lovely
other one didn't say
Jackie
from
Earl Haley as a pedophile.
Oh, both are on my watch list.
Oh, I like both. I watched them for my 2000s Oscars viewing this year.
Interesting, yeah. Okay, shit.
I really liked, unless I'm thinking of a different movie, I don't think I am. I thought Tom Wilkinson was really good in The Bedroom. So there.
Hmm.
Louis says, have you watched Succession? Seems like the most interesting characters are on TV with the time advantage. Kendall Roy, comma, Walter White, comma, Tony Soprano, no Oxford, comma, etc.
I know Ralph loves Succession. I haven't seen it yet.
It's
So it started in 2018.
This is season 3, I believe.
Here we go. Yeah.
It's a show for
HBO.
how to say it. How to
White
say,
people.
well, certainly white people. It's a show for basic bitches who don't know they're basic bitches. Is that
wow?
Is that a reasonable thing to say?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I mean, I'm asking myself, and I'm answering yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
Hot take from Scoot.
It's how you feel fancy without actually
wow.
doing the work of being fancy. It's the perfect show. Dean Palmer, who I believe sang Addicted to Love in the 80s. What do both of you do for comfort and also motivation when you are at your lowest and feeling depressed and hopeless?
Right here. Nude hard iced tea, lemon flavor. It's like a vodka iced tea soda thing. Alcohol.
Alcohol is the answer to that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, so, I mean, you probably, if you're at your
Snuggies?
lowest and feeling depressed, you probably shouldn't be drinking.
Yeah, great advice you gave there with the first one.
The first
Hey,
part of the question was for
drink.
comfort,
Okay, fair enough.
right? And then also motivation.
Certainly.
Alcohol's a good motivator for me. It might not be for everybody, but
A good motivator.
look forward to the future and make your future a reality, you know? Make steps, even if it's small steps, to improve your situation. Even if you're only getting slightly better every, X amount of time, at least there's improvement. And then, you're going to, no matter what you do, 10 years is going to pass. So make that 10 years count.
Yeah, just try to go in a net positive direction. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be giant, but as long as like things are on the whole
Yeah.
improving,
Even if you take one step back, you
That's
can
great.
still take
yeah,
steps
you're
forward,
allowed to you're allowed to go back one. You're allowed to go back several. Just overall try to have it go in a positive direction.
You have to outlive your enemies.
For sure. And if that means killing them, so be it.
Softly.
With your song. Obviously.
Yeah.
Big ol'
With Brad Pitt and James Gandolfini.
big ol' San Antonio women who donated, I don't know, 5,900. I'm gonna say kroner, just a guess. Hi, Adam.
KRW.
Your interview with Charlie Kaufman is a huge highlight on the channel. I'm curious, who's an actor that you'd like to interview? Love ya, bud.
Actor that I'd like to interview. Whew. I mean, actor director Neil Breen. I would love to interview.
Hell yes.
I reached out to him once. He didn't respond. So
Go to hell, Neil Breen. You're an
Nah.
enemy now.
I still love him. Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Just Neil Breen, the end.
What?
I mean, no, that's fair. I was just confirming.
Who's an actor, not actors?
No, you're right. You're right.
He acts.
Well, okay.
He stars in like all of his films.
Again, acts and stars are all very optimistic terms for what's going on there. Grith Phoenix, Saurus Rex. A lot going on there. Your Kimba video was so good. Hope your Lion King video is even better. Hope your arm gets well.
Thank you
Is your arm well?
very much.
Is it getting well?
I mean, it hasn't been great the past week and a half, but gonna be taking some time off for Christmas soon, so theoretically it'll be much better in a couple weeks.
Excellent. Bublix is back. Can we please hear that British Asian accent, Scoot? Oh, I'm Chinese, I am. Thank you. Colombian
That was
Thunder.
totally Australian.
That was Cockney.
Okay.
On Chinese, no. No, Australian Asian is impossible. It doesn't work. It doesn't compute. Colombian Thunders. Happy holidays. Thoughts on singer-songwriter Elliott Smith? I like Elliott Smith. Also, he's dead. All the better. Adam, your thoughts on Elliott Smith? You a Between the Bars guy? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I haven't. No, I haven't heard enough, honestly.
Nick Babinkoff throwing down 400 rubles, which is something. What, 6,000 was $17, so that's like $1. I got some more rubles. Just wanted to say thank you. It's not a lot. Don't convert it. I wish I had read what you wrote before I did it. Apologies.
Thank you.
Posthumous apologies after I'm dead. The MTG 666 again with a crazy denomination of a crazy currency. What do you guys think about movies that rely on shock value? And do you have favorite disturbing movies?
If it relies on shock value,
Then
it's probably not very
Bad.
good.
Is Martyrs disturbing?
If it uses shock value,
Martyrs is cool.
That's not bad. I like Martyrs.
I like the remake of Martyrs. What are you talking about?
No. And Martyrs doesn't rely on shock value.
No,
There's shock value in it.
Part of it.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
It is disturbing.
That takes us to rubles disturbing. William, bye, William. Adam, have you ever played the Deus Ex games? Also, have you seen Miranda July's Cajillionaire from last year?
I always thought it was Miranda Julie. Thank you. It's probably July, isn't it?
Well,
it's
that's
spelled
how you
exactly
spell
like July.
So I was just dancing.
Yeah, you're right. I don't
was
know
just
why
dancing
I ever
with
thought
who brung me.
I never thought of July as a name, but it is.
Here we are.
Every month is a name. I would like to meet a December.
I would love to meet Jim October. That's my guy.
I played Deus Ex Human Revolution. I don't know if I streamed it. I don't remember. I don't think I did.
I would like
Maybe
to
I
play
did.
Deus.
That was a while ago.
I would like
it was
to
a
play
long time ago.
Deus Mex.
I liked Human Revolution. I downloaded the first one, and then it was so old it didn't work on my computer, and so I just gave up trying to stream it. But maybe I could try it again at some point. The main character's got a cool name, I think.
Ooh.
It's Adam Jensen.
Oh, pretty cool name. It's almost that'll almost be your name once you take mine after marriage.
Yeah.
Sketch Screen says, "Hey fellas, thanks for all the hilarious content. This week has not been very great for me, but hearing you guys always helps a lot. Thanks for all that. And what movies you looking forward to next year?" Iron Man,
Jackass
4.
4.
Hey, we both went with 4s, and yours was real.
Yeah, Jackass 4. The Whale by Darren Aronofsky, starring Brendan Fraser, who is playing Nikocado Avocado.
That's unkind, but okay.
What?
That hurt two people.
What do you think the movie's about? Have you looked at the plot synopsis?
I have looked at the plot synopsis. I still think you're being mean to everyone involved. Shingus Imashev.
I don't understand how that's an insult. People are saying wow at him. I'm like, he owns it. He's not. When Nikocado Avocado says, "I don't know how I'm getting fat," he doesn't. He's not serious. Y'all are just so gullible.
He doesn't know.
Y'all are so gullible.
He doesn't know, Adam. He doesn't know how he's getting fat.
He's trying to lose weight.
Leave him alone.
Oh, he's trying so hard to lose weight.
He's doing his best. It's a metabolism thing. God, it's not like several years ago he had a perfectly good metabolism and was in decent shape. It's not like he's done something completely insane and over the top to get to where he is. He doesn't know how he's gaining weight.
It's water weight.
It's water weight.
It's just waterweight.com.
Leave him alone.
I just plugged his merch.
Shingus Imashev says, what's that? A little fox guy? What's his deal? A little fox guy. He's
He's
adorable.
got a bone.
No, maybe it's a Shiba Inu. It's probably a Shiba Inu.
It's a Shibi.
David R. I will decide what the R stands for, and you're not going to like it. Ever watched Horace and Pete, starring Steve Buscemi and Louis C.K.? Very good, emotionally intense. I have had it downloaded since it aired, and I have not watched it
I have
yet.
not seen Horace and Pete, but I've seen Horse and P.
No, you're thinking of Lean on Pete, which has a horse in it. I think you're thinking
TV
of that.
miniseries. Okay, I'll check it out.
I've been meaning
Fuck,
to
it's
for-
2016. I have to watch
Oh,
this
I guess you
now.
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, a miniseries. Okay, well, thank you. This might make my list if it's good.
I've been meaning to watch it. I do remember
Good
Andy.
call.
I remember
2016.
Andy Kindler shitting on it in some stand-up in probably 2017 or 18, but Andy Kindler has not liked Louis C.K. for a very long time, so there might be some bias. Carter Lovejoy says, what are the Christmas movies you guys can't miss out on every year? Bad Santa, The End.
I don't watch a particular Christmas movie every year. So there's no such thing as a Christmas movie I can't miss out on every year because I have.
Oh, I thought you were going to make some wild proclamation that there's no such thing as a Christmas movie, which I'm like, this is an interesting debate, and I would like to
I
get
have
into
missed every Christmas movie
Christmas movie.
at some point.
I'm done with the people who
I like Nightmare Before Christmas, though.
I'm done with the people who like Elf.
Yeah, fuck those people.
Enough already. Fucking knock it off.
John Favreau, fuck that guy. Will Ferrell, fuck him.
Adam's got enemies. Esoteric videos,
But
not the good way, or the good way. What do you mean?
in a loving way.
Fuck them.
So
Have sex with them.
consensually.
Any which way
Not
but
getting
loose.
banned consensually. Fuck John Favreau consensually. And Will Ferrell at the
doubling
same
down.
time. With consent.
Certainly. Esoteric videos. Adam, would you be willing to watch my Darman parody video, 1.5 minutes long? If so, let me know how much to donate. If not, it's totally cool. I'm thinking
Not
more
right
than
now,
$5.
but if you catch me on an editing stream
or if you catch me outside.
on the twitch.tv/ADUMPLAZE, Adam Plays, I do editing streams there. If you want to catch me during one of those, I'll do it. I don't have the energy to do this right now. And YouTube is a bit worse with copyright when it comes to like claiming videos. So 1.5 minutes seems like a good amount for me to commit to, but I'm not going to show it on screen unless I've had like a mod screen through it and make sure that there's not something that'll get me banned on it. Or
It
something.
is so much penis.
So
You'd be honestly
appreciate it.
shocked. Honey Badger J says, am I crazy to think that Neil Breen is the perfect person / the only one to accurately play Donald Trump in a movie? Just imagine that. No.
what the fuck?
Adam, your thoughts?
I don't see it.
Okay, nobody sees it. Next question. Jeremy
Thank you.
Weisel. Adam, what is your opinion on No Way Home? I know you'll... What a strange sentence. What is your opinion on No Way Home? I know you'll talk. Oh, I think that's two separate thoughts. What is your opinion on No Way Home? I know you'll talk about it. Oh, yeah, because that's what happens next.
There's a period where there should...
I know you'll talk about it on Sardonicast, but I want to hear your singular opinion.
I know you'll talk, period.
I know you'll talk.
About it on Sardonicast. I'm releasing a quickie soon. I recorded it earlier today. It'll be out in the next, I don't know, hopefully 4 days, but that depends on if Damo's getting really busy with Christmas shit or not really soon. So hopefully, I mean, I enjoyed it. Here's my short review. It was insanely stupid, but I loved it. It was very enjoyable.
It was fun.
It was
much more
it was
fun than
good
most
fan
Marvel
service. It was incredibly stupid, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Even
it despite
acknowledging a lot of the
the bajillion plot holes it created.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. It was an improvement upon the previous two Spider-Man's films. Not Spider-Man series. The Raimi films are better. 1 and 2.
the Marvels.
Yeah, but upon the previous John Watts films,
The
it's a massive
MCUs.
improvement. Oops.
I saw two quick ones in the pleb chat. Have you seen Tigers Are Not Afraid? Have you seen that?
It's on my watch list.
I saw it for my
Of course you did.
2010s view, but I hadn't seen it until it came up for the 2010s viewing, so it's not like I jumped on it in 2017. One of the most pleasant surprise movies I watched for all my 2010. It's like a reverse L. As far as like what I was expecting, which was nothing because I didn't really know much about it. Loved it, and not just because it has tigers in the title, but it didn't hurt. And then the other one was how is Drew doing? Drew's good. We recorded 2 podcasts on Wednesday because he's going away and we can't do it next week.
Putting him down.
Putting him down. We lost him. Sad.
Going to the farm.
If Kaufman, the Music Mixer 69 says, if Kaufman continues to deliver masterpieces, will he one day replace Hanukkah as your favorite director? If so, how many do you think it would take?
Well, he would
7.
have to start making movies that I appreciate the directing more than the writing, because as it is right now, he's a writer-director, and I appreciate his writing more than directing.
Kaufman's the best
Kaufman's
writer.
my favorite writer.
Yes.
Screenwriter. He's currently my favorite. Hanukkah's my favorite director. I appreciate Hanukkah's directing more than I appreciate his writing, and I appreciate Kaufman's writing more than I appreciate his directing. So it's not really, they're not really even in competition right now. They would have to compensate for each other's weaknesses in a drastic way.
And Eric Witt says, ever play Outer Wilds? It's quite an experience.
I played probably 5 hours, 6 hours of it.
Is that about a quarter of a day?
Could beat it at some point. I still have it installed. My brother loves it, and he's begging me to finish it.
You probably should not out of spite then, yes?
Yeah.
Seems like the move.
I landed the ship on the sun
What?
platform. That took me like 2 hours.
How even?
But I did that. But yeah, maybe I wasn't in the right mindset, or maybe it just doesn't present itself in the way that it's something that if I finish it, I would want people explaining shit to me as I go along, because I'm not soaking it in the way that I think people would want me to, or that I should be, I guess. What?
The Music Mr. 69 says, climax equals best Christmas film. Those reds and greens. You know what? Can't disagree. Why don't you
Nightmare on Elm Street. He wears a Christmas sweater.
Yep.
It's red and green.
Probably the best Christmas movie.
Yep. All right, we've reached the top of the super chats.
We did it.
We got 15 minutes before we're going to decide to head out. So if anybody has any more final questions or super chats you want to donate, you got to do it now. As it is at this moment, you've got a 100% chance of us answering your question.
That's you know what? I like those odds.
Yeah.
First of all,
I will pee while you
go ahead.
Wire some money to your account to get me on super chats.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll be right
Get
back.
your finances in order, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody listens to jazz. No. Get out of here. You did miss the whole stream, Antifa Catboy. You did a bad job, and you should feel bad. So should you. No, okay? Sorry I made you make the sad face. I mean, Jim Cornette is out of touch, but he also plays it up for views, so who cares? I've seen all of Community, yes. It's great.
Hello.
He's back.
All right, we got one, I think. Let's see.
When is Ralph coming on my pod? As long as certain information never got back to Ralph, could probably get him. Scoot, are you actually a furry? I assume you're just trolling Kurt, so you can go straight to hell.
Okay.
Carlos Alatorre. Hi, Adam. If you're looking for good anime, consider Hunter x Hunter. I feel like you'll get a lot out of the characters, and it gets better as it goes. Well, let me ask you this. Let me answer your question with a question. Is it Attack on Titan the only good anime?
2011 to 2014. Okay, so it's not a huge commitment. All right,
Still
it's got a pretty good rating. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll watch list it. I've heard of it.
You know, if you keep this up, your watch list is going to go over 3,000. You're sitting at a nice 2.9K right now. Scooter, have you ever tried watching Cowboy Bebop? No. You know why? Because it's not Attack on Titan. Dibu Jando.
But if they're from Mexico, the J might be an H sound.
It probably is, in fact, from Mexico. Dibu Jando. Hi from Mexico. Favorite Mexican films?
Amores Perros.
Do you
Amazing.
love dogs?
Well, dogs die in the movie.
Oh, that's why you like it. So less the title than what goes on in the movie.
Yeah.
Is where your loyalties lie.
Yeah, that's the only reason I like it. Yeah, it's a really well-made film. We talk about it on the podcast Sardonicast. We talk about it there. Yeah, I like some Michel Franco's sometimes. He's not like the best, but yeah, Alejandro González Iñárritu. I love him so much. I think he's an amazing director, and I'm really hyped for whatever he creates next. I love what he communicates and just how he does it. I think he's very talented. And then obviously, I mean, Jodorowsky is not Mexican, but The Holy Mountain was made in Mexico.
Yeah. So I guess that counts.
That's my favorite movie. So, yeah, I guess that was kind of a Mexican film. I think it's considered to be a Mexican film.
The Legend of Groose says, love you guys. Adam, any updates on a physical of 10 years or an Unkindness merch?
The update is that the master for the vinyl is finished, but I need to figure out the back and interior cover design of the vinyl. And the last message that I sent about that was about a week ago. So I'm still working on it. It is one thing in the gigantic sea of commitments that I'm working on. So stay tuned. It's not going to happen this year, but hopefully at some point soon next year. And Unkindness merch, I haven't thought about it yet. I mean, I would have to find like a really good t-shirt printing place if I wanted to somehow manage to print like the album art on the t-shirt. That would be a cool t-shirt to just have nothing but the album art on it. I would just have to find a good place to do it.
There's places that'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, but places that would take care of everything for me, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Depending on where you end up getting your vinyl pressed, because I don't imagine there's a lot of places locally that do it. A friend of mine might be the one who ends up doing it, because that's his job.
Yeah, Bandcamp is allowing me to...
just do it through there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like for everyone, but they sent me
me
like a invitation to do it. So
nice. Robert Farley, the alive brother of Chris, says, have you ever seen Manila in the Claws of Light? If so, thoughts?
No, but I just added it to my watch list. Thank you.
Are you at 3,000 yet?
I don't know.
Getting close. Could be the day. Holland, the country, says, love the content, thank you. What's your most memorable giga cringe moment from anything you've seen or played this year? That felt more
The most
Scandinavian.
giga cringe moment I've seen this year was
I can't
a
take
political stream I watched, and I would just feel... I would feel kind of bad for mention because it would get to them, you know...
Just
I don't know.
Do the homework and
I'll give you a hint.
out.
It was like the debate on like whether this just gives it away. It was the debate on whether or not someone who is dating a person with a foot fetish wearing bare feet is an act of pedophilia towards just being in public where children may or may not be present. Which is like that was easily the most cringe thing I've witnessed all year. Was one of the people debating on that, and I'll leave it up to you to decide which side was the cringe debate. That was easily like I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're seeing this, but okay, everybody else has already said it, so you can't get mad at me for calling it cringe because everybody else has already said that. I'm so sorry. I feel bad, but like fuck, that was easily biggest cringe of the year.
That's fun
I'm sorry.
for everyone. And to be fair, I agree.
That was just you could,
No, I agree. I agree
absolute
with
insanity.
No, I agree with them, not you being mean to
Of
them.
course
I
you
agree
do.
with that stance.
Yeah. Okay.
It's accurate. Oh, I think that gave me tuberculosis.
That wasn't even a straw man, by the way.
Sweet-
Like, if you look it
sweet
up, it's like
Jesus.
legitimately what they believe. It's
Huh.
like, what the fuck?
The MTG 666. What do you guys think about the Island of Dr. Moreau? I assume you're talking about the 1996 version, Richard Stanley. From what I've heard, the filming was cursed, and the original director, who is Richard Stanley, came back after being fired to the set as a furry to destroy it. All of that is true. I highly recommend watching the feature-length documentary Lost Soul, which is about the cursed making of the Island of Dr. Moreau. Also, the Asian kitty cat man. Pretty cool. Your thoughts?
I didn't know that Richard Stanley made one. That's really funny.
Really?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he made like the one with Val Kilmer and
I'm looking at it right
Marlon
now. It's
Brando.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen either of them. I know what it is, and I've seen the Simpsons parody of it or whatever.
Would that be Simpsons Treehouse of Horror 13?
I guess you would have that number memorized, wouldn't you?
Lucky guess. It could have been anything, but it's definitely Treehouse of Horror 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch the movie. Watch the documentary is great. It also bummed me out because most of the direction everyone's going in the movie is Moreau is like making animals into anthro animals, which, fine, better something than nothing. But the one he's going the other way with is he's got in her prime 1996 Fairuza Balk of The Craft and The Waterboy and Return to Oz fame, who he is turning into a cat. In the movie, she gets to the point of having fangs. However, Richard Stanley wanted that bitch to go full cat, and seeing the documentary, I was so sad that his vision wasn't realized. So that's where it's at. Watch Lost Soul.
That's pretty funny.
It's cool.
We are cutting off the super chats in terms of what we will respond to. So there's 3 left, and the one that Evo Anime just posted will be the
We'll
last
get
one we
that
answer
too.
before we have to leave.
Let me.
Just if you're thinking of super chatting, we're not going to respond to it. Sorry. Thank you all for hanging out. This is the end.
Let me. We'll read those and then
these 3.
the one other, and let me post a final beg for money in the chat. So if you care to help me have not a miserable Christmas, that's where to go. Salamander_automatic says, "Hi Adam, what movies are you most looking forward seeing at the moment?"
Jackass 4 and The Whale by Darren Aronofsky. And then there's probably some other. I think Lanthimos has a new one coming out. Just insert directors I care about.
Insert good
movies
director.
next year. And then Jackass 4.
How about Cohen's Hamlet?
I was planning on seeing that this Christmas until someone told me that it's actually all in Old English.
It's
actually,
in the Shakespearean writing.
It's not
yeah.
translated to normie talk.
Nope.
And there's a part of my brain missing where I cannot watch Old English films. I can't watch anything with that dialect.
Did you enjoy
I really can't.
Joss Whedon's Much Ado About Nothing?
I couldn't. I had to,
I know.
if I could handle that dialect, I probably would have enjoyed the movie. But I really can't. I just zone out. I'm like, what are they? I don't understand what anyone's
Who's doing
saying.
what?
It's like
Wait,
the stupidest
so
way to talk.
she's
I
a
can't.
witch?
Yeah. I can't deal with thous.
Those are tough.
Yeah.
Esoteric Videos says, "What is the most rewarding for you about what you do? The praise / admiration."
Oh, was it? Yeah, it was Macbeth, not Hamlet. Do you say Hamlet?
I don't remember. It's Macbeth.
It was Macbeth.
I might have said Hamlet. If so, I apologize.
We can't say it 3 times.
Then Macbeth appears and makes your play bad. What's most rewarding for you about what you do? The praise / admiration you get from the fans, the views / attention the vids get, or just being able to articulate / share your perspective with the world?
It's always been about expression. It's always been about, just expressing myself, my feelings, whether it's my film reviews or my music or my vlogs or my anything I do is literally just like projecting my personality out onto the world.
Adam does a lot of projecting. Can confirm.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, I mean, like there is something rewarding about debunking a 25-year-old animation conspiracy. So I would say that's
fun.
like probably my biggest accomplishment is that
did
video. It was like it'll be my most viewed at some point, hopefully, because it's
on track.
Yeah.
Evo Anime says, "Here's some money. Love your shit."
Thank you so much, Evo Anime. And with that, we've got to go to a friend's birthday. Everyone is double vaccinated, but we might get COVID anyway because Omicron's a thing. So
hooray! Yeah, the parties are banned as of Monday. But
oh shit!
But yeah, but
all right, last
today.
party,
last party
of
ever.
the year.
We did it.
I didn't know that.
Now you do. Yeah,
it doesn't affect me, I guess.
Monday through at least New Year's, and like all New Year's parties are banned regardless of size.
Oh wow!
Yes,
we'll see about that. Wink. I'm gonna have my own party with one person.
Ooh.
Try to ban me from partying with myself. Okay.
I will do everything in my power to stop you.
All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Props, special shout out and kisses to the person who does the timestamps for this video, because I'm not going to be doing it. I'm leaving.
Good job.
And whoever in the comment, just upvote them. Look for the person that does timestamps.
Look at that guy.
Send him some kisses.
Yeah.
And thank you for hanging out. Oh, don't worry, Antifa Catboy.
No, you should feel bad.
No, whatever. Thank you for hanging out. We'll be streaming tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Sunday stream
on Twitch.
ADUMPLAZE. That's the name of my Twitch channel. That is where we will be streaming. We will not be streaming on this YouTube channel. This was just for the quickies. Thank you. Merry Crimbus. Happy Hanukkah holidays. What did something flying spaghetti season. Happy
yeah, you got it.
Krampus. New Year's. Happy Omicron. Bye-bye, everybody. Peace out.
Macbeth.
Thank you, Tootie Health Bar. We said we wouldn't read anymore, but I'm
Don't
reading,
read it.
I'm reading it in my head. Thank you.